And we are live.
Do I need the microphone closer to my mouth? Oh, I should probably open the browser to look at the stream, right?
Probably, yeah. Alright, let me just make sure I'm not chugging internet unnecessarily. Just to, make sure that this goes smoothly. Dashboard, down, Twitter. And then there's one other thing. Alright, that should be good.
I think I closed most of my stuff. So it is Discord. Discord's so scummy.
Nice.
So I think we have to rent that place that's for 6 months.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Old Town apparently is cooler.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. They can't see us yet. They'd run away after seeing me. I'm just gonna get the music set up real quick. Hey! Mike misses you and so do me. Mel.
Oh, okay. My eyelashes are like sticking together.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's the difficult thing about being a woman, is that when you put on the eyelash stuff, they can stick together.
Well, I guess I got lucky that you did such a good job on me because I didn't experience that. Oh my god, DX Racer followed me! Happy birthday, State of the Realm! I wonder what the exact day was of episode 1. I could check that right now.
I don't know why slow mode is on. Oh, I think slow mode is on from before.
It is. Slow mode is indeed on from before.
How do you turn it off? I forgot. Slow off? Yeah.
Yep.
Because you had like 1,500 people, right?
Yeah. State of the Realm number 1 took place on March 4th.
Yeah, so people are saying that it's not our 1 year.
Well, it is, because it's been 52 episodes.
Next week is our 1 year.
Well, technically, because the first week, like, I guess you don't count that or something. Like, technically, the way that it works. Because, like, technically 52 weeks after the first episode is the 53rd episode, but it's our 52nd episode, so it's 1 year. In total, that's a year. That's a year's worth of shows. I understand what they're saying, because technically 52 weeks later is the 1 year anniversary. Alright, let's make sure...
before YouTube complains about my voice, right?
Yeah. Alright, let's see... Oh, I'm dropping frames... No, never mind. It didn't drop any frames, but it was a little bit cautious. Alright, let's see here. Scene number 1. Scene number 2 with Ethys, who's sitting there quietly. And we have me. We have you, babe. We have Slyh. His fucking hat. Yeah, I'll be there, Mike. We have Ethis, who's sitting there listening to cutscenes, and he doesn't
So
know.
people hate that background. I think you should have a different background.
I love my office.
But people hate it. Like
Okay, one or two people hated it.
they vocally hate it.
Yeah, it's 1 or 2 people. Let's just stare at Ethis' face. He has no idea we're looking at him. Thanks for the resub, Mike.
Wow, they're staring at Ethis as he watches cutscenes. Look at that face.
We're staring at Ethis
Look how
as he watches cutscenes, guys.
Look at that face.
Look at that face. He has no idea, too. That's the best part. Hope he doesn't pick his nose.
He's not going to pick his nose. We're on the call with him. Do you think he's going to pick his nose in front of us?
Maybe he doesn't remember. He's pretty into it. That's his lore face. Alright.
I hope people like the new overlays. I mean, they're slightly imperfect, but...
Most people will not notice. I didn't. Hey, nice, Bach.
Can we get some live feedback on the overlays if people saw them? Are people fans?
Here we go. Live feedback on the overlays. And then after that, I want to do some commentary on Ethis' face.
Are we going to go back to Ethis' face?
Yeah. Oh, here he is.
Oh,
Here is
it's
Ethis.
reversed, like my camera.
Ethis is in the wild. Some say when he's watching cutscenes, he's focused, unwavering in his desire to learn everything there is. And I think he may have just noticed her looking at him. He looked over for a second at the very least. Oh, man. Okay, well, he couldn't hear me. I know that, but I should have been like, uh-oh. Oh, man.
So people don't realize this is actually the bedroom. Like, but when people are like, oh, we know
she's back
you're
at home and I'm
bedroom,
at the office.
It's like, no, this is actually the bedroom.
She's back at home, nice and comfy, and then I have to be all the way at the office. Well, I'll go back. Every time. I wonder which cutscene he's watching.
The serious one.
I think he might. I think he's in the middle of the anti-tower. Maybe he's at the last cutscene of the anti-tower.
I can show you the world. That cutscene.
Is that the one?
I know it's Genie's.
Is there an Aladdin aspect?
There's sort of.
Shining, shimmering, splendid.
Uh-oh. Some changes look. We gotta bail. We gotta bail. We got about 4 minutes before the show actually starts. Why does Slyh sound different? His mic's really far from his face. You wanna push that closer? Giggity. What? You didn't even say anything. Don't eat your microphone. Save room for cake.
Yeah, the cake is right here. The cake is right next to
He
you.
has a fucking cake! He has a fucking cake! Alright, let me tweet it out. Ready to go live with State of the Realm.
Ko said Lana asked to get a pony. I said no. She's like, what? Well, what if you can name it? He's like, now we own a pony named Butt Stallion. GG.
Why would you get a pony and then not be able to name it?
Well, she's named them all.
Oh, okay. It's Cake of the Realm? So we had State of the Realm, Steak of the Realm, now we have Cake of the Realm. Great. Fantastic. Matt. Matt says you have nice hair, babe.
Oh, thanks. It's
Yes.
pre-show, so I'm gonna catch up on social media.
So I'm going to actually make note at the beginning of the show, this isn't actually the 1 year, but we're celebrating it anyway because we planned for it. Slyh looks ridiculously good in that hat.
No, it just sounded ridiculous. I don't care. It's a party, bitches.
Yeah, your mic sounds lower than usual.
Does it? I don't know why. Let me do something in Zoom.
Okay.
Ooh,
How was that cutscene, Ethis?
that was pretty. There's a lot in that. Have you finished the main scenario yet?
And just the anti-tower.
Right, so you know the cutscene.
Well, they get.
Sure.
Why? Why can't we tell him?
You fucking skipped it, didn't you?
I did skip it.
How do I sound now?
Much better.
Better. So, Ethis, they zoomed in on your face to show the chat as you were super serioso.
I was doing a Boxman thing while you looked. I was like, oh, wild Ethis. And then you looked, it looked like you looked at your, like, another monitor. I was like, oh shit, he noticed us. Run!
You pizza shit.
Hey, listen, just because I'm Italian doesn't mean it has to do pizza.
So, Ethis, I may have to go to the land down under.
Down under.
Down under.
She may be going to your neck of the woods.
I may have to go to PAX Australia.
PAX Melbourne, why?
Secret.
Well, because
Reasons.
of my of future employment.
Right. You might find it underwhelming.
Ha, get it? Because it's down under?
Ah! See what you did there. Ah!
He didn't even do that on purpose. Can I get a high five? Because that was a good joke.
No.
There you go.
No?
I gave you one. Okay,
Oh no! I forgot to feed my cats.
I got me chicken, Mom.
I got a present this morning. Can you hear that?
All right, tell me when you're done feeding your cats, because that's when we're going to start the show. The fucking cats.
What the
Okay,
fuck?
I'm done.
Fucking Neko Itsume.
All right, I'm
Okay.
done. I'm done feeding my cats.
All right, you're done feeding your cats? All right. All right, we're going to start the show. So let's get started.
All right, I'll mute myself and I'm listening. It's all right. I'm listening. I'm paying attention. I promise.
Should I mute myself too?
One year ago, Mike, myself, and Mel had a baby, and we called it State of the Realm. And within a year, through the continued support of the community, we've nurtured this baby into what we have now. Our baby's gotten big and is still growing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 1 year anniversary of State of the Realm. I am one of your hosts, Slyh, aka Greyfox, and with me this week, I have Mel, who you know as Rawrsnacks.
Hi.
How you doing this week?
I'm doing all right, considering the fact that my boyfriend abandoned the two of us.
I know, right? I know.
It's weird.
And Ethys will be with us later on in the show, but for now, it's just going to be me and Mel, and we're going to kind of relive the past year of State of the Realm. Some of the good moments, some of the behind the scenes work, things like that. So, Mel, what did you say we do this show? We can do this without Mike, right?
We're
we don't-
professionals.
We're professionals. We actually get shit right on this show. Oh, he's here. Yeah. And apparently now we have our other host of State of the Realm, Michael, Mr. Happy Poveromo, aka I spent all day on Sephirot EX and didn't do a damn thing else. Hooray. Well, we were going to relive the glory days. I wouldn't say glory days, but
Remember the hashtag professional thing where I forgot to turn my sound on?
This is why me and Mel can run a show by ourselves. We don't need
Pretty much.
Exactly. I just wanted to prove their point, guys. That was all scripted. They said they were hashtag professional. I needed to prove it. There we go. See? Exactly right. All right, so Sly. All right, you did your part, Sly. You're done. Okay. Anyway.
Yes, I did my part. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That was a sweet intro, though.
Thank you.
That was a sweet. That really touched me in the feely places.
Thank you.
How'd that make you feel, babe? Did it touch you in feely places too?
No.
Okay, just making
Should
sure.
it?
I mean, I'm just like can't stop touching my chest right now. Anyway, on that note, Sly, don't worry. I don't have to miss the 1 year, but I do appreciate the party favors.
Wait.
It doesn't make any
noise.
sound.
It doesn't make noise.
You
It
suck.
yeah.
You suck. It's all right. I
all
forgive
right.
you. So
Hey, at least I have the party hat. I have cake. Yeah. I have cake.
wait. You have cake?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me see you eat that. No, take another bite of that cake. Take another bite of that cake right there.
All right.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that looks like a good cake. What kind of cake is it?
Red velvet.
Nope. It's just basically a cream cake with whipped topping and strawberries on top.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you were well prepared for our 1 year anniversary of State of the Realm. Now, funny thing, Mel brought this up to us right before the show started, that people have been telling us this is not actually our 1 year, Sly.
The hat still stays.
Mel, why is it not our 1 year again?
The hat stays.
I don't know. They said something like it's supposed to be the week after. It's kind of like the millennium wasn't in 1999. It was in 2000, you know?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it makes sense because technically the first show was 51 weeks ago, not 52 weeks ago. But fuck it, we're already here. We're celebrating.
We're already here. I already bought the cake. I'm already eating the goddamn cake. We're going. This is our
No,
year.
just put it back in the fridge. We'll be back next week.
No. This cake is getting demolished either tonight or tomorrow. Just letting you know now.
We're doing it live, kids.
We're doing it live. We'll do it live.
All right. Well, we want to thank everyone, as Sly said, for supporting the show for an entire year. This is the 52nd episode of State of the Realm, and while we are going to talk more Final Fantasy XIV a bit later, because obviously the new patch just hit today, we thought it would be best to kind of share our thoughts. So we brought Mel onto the show. A lot of you hear us reference her a lot. Sly, would you like to say what you like to call Mel every time?
Mel is known as Olivia Pope because she's like Olivia Pope from Scandal. You don't know the behind-the-scenes work that she does. She could work in Washington if she wanted to. She really could. She could be Olivia Pope.
Well, most of you probably know her more as Rawrsnacks when she does come by the stream, or whenever you see her on social media, that's what you usually see her as. But we just want to talk about the show, and since she does so much work on it, we wanted to have her on. She's a bigger part of the show than you guys see because you guys only see us in front of the camera. So let's get started with you then, babe. What's it like? I mean, running the podcast other than dealing with me not turning my microphone on every week.
Well, I mean, State of the Realm wasn't actually ever going to happen. Yeah, this is drama. Mike was very adamant. So after Gamebreaker went away, I said, we need to do a podcast. And he said, I don't have time for a podcast. I can't possibly. And so I left it. And then, like 2 months passed or something like that. I said, we really need to do a podcast. I think people would enjoy it. And he said, I don't want to do it. And he said, the only way I would possibly do it is if I only had to appear once a week and I had a co-host. So I said, okay, so I will write the script every single week. I will line up the guests every single week. And I ran the entire show for how many episodes?
At least half of them, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote the script. I did the overlay. We auditioned people for it. So I helped pick people for that. I lined up guests for it. And then finally he agreed to do it. But he did literally no work other than just show up every single week and go live.
Yep. And forget to turn my mic on.
Right. So, so it was a lot of coordination. I had to come up with all the topics myself. And I'm not super into, like, the Final Fantasy news because I'm one of those people who likes to log into the game and go, woohoo, what's new? And figure it out that way. So the first I guess, live letter episode was co-written by Milo575. Shouts out to Milo, Juan. So basically, he helped me with that, and we came up with all the materials to do that. And afterwards, I sort of figured out what you guys wanted. And learning that was difficult. So I had to learn what Twitch viewers wanted and YouTube viewers wanted, because you guys want very, very different things. And I think, in all honesty, Twitch, you guys have been so much more supportive. It's like easier doing content for you all because you're always just so excited to be here, and you're always supportive, and you're always friendly. And YouTube, it's more like, wait, this isn't Mike's content, I don't like it. This isn't Mike, I don't like it. This isn't hardcore enough for me, I don't like it. So there were a lot of ups and downs. You know, we started with a lot of community segments. We wanted to do it every 3 episodes. And the first community segment they didn't like. And we also had another one with couples, which I thought was very relevant because it seems like a lot of people play with their significant others in MMOs, and people did not like it at all. We had to disable comments for it. It was really disheartening because, you know, I thought I was putting out quality content for viewers, but they didn't feel that way. So every week I do read everyone's comments. I do tweak the show to basically, I don't know, cater to what the audience wants. And I know that in the last patch, there was a lot of rating content and people got tired of it, but that was a topic du jour, you know, for the longest time because people weren't able to clear, and there were a lot of, you know, theories out there about why and things like that. So we wanted to sort of go over every facet of it. And I learned that people don't want that. They just want new things all the time. So we have tried to model the show after that. And to be honest, there are a lot of weeks when there is no news. So I throw out there some of my ideas, and when Mike is like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, I literally have half a day to come up with a topic, write it out, and then push it forward to full production. And Mike has been more helpful in the more recent episodes with coming up with scripts and things like that. He's actually written a couple shows by himself, mainly like news episodes or like, you know, rating content or things like that. But if it comes to the wire, I'll do most of the show, and he'll fill in the details that make it a more fleshed out show for everyone. So that's what it's like to be on the other side of the show. And lining up guests is really hard. So I read a lot of comments, and I see that, you know, especially YouTube, you guys want specific people on the show. And I get that, and I really want to do that for you, but a lot of people tell us what their schedule looks like, and it's just not feasible. You know, they're, like, for example, Ms. Tech, she raids when State of the Realm is on, and that's a set schedule. It's very difficult for her to come out of that schedule and do this for the community. And, like, Ethys, he's in Australia. That's far. The time zone is very different. It is morning time for him.
That's far.
That's far.
It's morning time for him. And like Mithri, he had to stay up until like midnight or 2 a.m, and he was exhausted the day after. So having him too often on the show was a big burden for him, especially since he's trying to do streaming. And as people who are in that streaming realm, we want to respect him as a content creator and enable him to do his thing.
Great.
And that's why with Ash, it's pre-recorded because he's a student and it's all the way in a time zone that doesn't really work.
It's far.
It's far.
A lot of people are far away, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much a lot of our guests are in a totally different time zone, and we have to kind of cater to their schedule. I wouldn't say cater, but adjust to their schedule because they're taking their time. They're taking time out of their busy schedule to come, talk with us. So it's only right that we adjust to them.
I mean, a perfect example is Ash. We literally have to go on a weekend and record a separate segment or he cannot be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the kind of, like, things we have to do in order to get certain guests on. So it's been a pain, but we've done what we can to get people on. And Mel's done the majority of that work. I can vouch for that.
Yeah, and
Thank you, Olivia.
You're welcome. And there have been other like collaborative efforts that we've been really excited about, like Mog Talk, LBR. But getting them on the show was also hard because we had to coordinate many different people and their schedules and talk about what they wanted to talk about for the show because a lot of people have different input. So it's, in all honesty, it's those shows take 1 month, one entire month out from the actual show to plan because everyone has to put in what they want to say. And then we do the show notes and then we go forward with that and we make sure everyone's on time. So that's what it's like behind the scenes. I mean, I don't know if people are particularly interested in that.
People ask us.
They ask us all the time.
We ask you. Never mind. We don't want to know.
Yeah, so that's how it works. It's not easy, and having a full-time job made it hard because people would try to reach me at hours when I'm not available. And so, yeah.
Well,
that's what it's like from behind the scenes.
And I know very well what that's like because I've had to see her do it.
Right. And
occasionally do
like
something.
setting up the setup here for you to run the show was a little hard too.
She literally made the overlays for the show an hour ago. Like,
And I'm gonna be completely honest. Like some weeks, I feel like because all I do is ask for the notes. Mel does the notes. All I do is ask for the notes.
Hey, I do the notes sometimes.
You do them too.
I let you edit the notes.
Yeah. And it's like those weeks where we don't have news and we're trying to figure out what the hell we're going to do. I throw out some ideas sometimes, but 9 out of 10, I'm like, I don't have any idea where's the notes.
Hey, we use those ideas most of the time. We started asking you for ideas. Just like, Sly, we're desperate. We need your thoughts. That's almost how it comes off because it's just like, why don't we ever ask Sly? She asked me that. Like, why don't you ever ask Sly for ideas? I was like,
and I feel
that's
so
a good
bad.
idea.
I feel so bad most of the time because it's just me. Where are the notes? Waiting on
And then
the
he
notes.
asks us and we go, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. And I usually get them like sometimes on Monday, but either Monday or the day of. And I'm up like in the wee hours of the night watching wrestling and just working on notes.
Oh, so you watching John Cena?
Yeah. John Cena.
Okay.
Shane O'Mac.
There you go. Shane O'Mac as well. But so Sly, she talks about a lot what it's like behind the camera, and that's where the majority of the work is. But it's been a year, and let's just say that when I first auditioned you and your first few shows...
Oh, my God.
What's it been like being in front of the camera?
Okay, this is so different from actually streaming. Streaming, sitting there, fish and chill, whatnot, what have you. This is different. When I first got on camera, I was like, knowing how many people were going to be here, I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm thinking more about all of you watching, all the community. Oh, this goes on YouTube, so even more people watch. It gives me more of an excuse to be nervous. I shouldn't call it an excuse, but yeah, I was nervous as shit.
How do you feel now?
Fucking good. And you want to know when that changed?
When you started drinking?
Hell yeah! Mel told me, hey, Sly, you should have a beer before. Fuck that. I'm having a beer during.
I guess I don't really have too much to add to that. Like, I'm in front of the camera every day, and to me, I had Game Breaker before that, but I can tell you my first episode on Game Breaker was not good. Like, it was...
Were you nervous on Game Breaker?
Oh, yeah, I was nervous on Game Breaker. The first show, Game Breaker, aired with, like, 2,000 viewers or something like that. And I was like, and I was just, I don't know, I was panic rooming all over the place, but...
And the thing about, like you said, you've done this before. Like, so going from Game Breaker to this, you had no issues.
But I was never a host. Byrne hosted every show, or Gary hosted every show.
So
I never hosted.
Did you still have any nervousness from...
Can you not see? I still can't turn the microphone on at the start of the show.
That's not nervousness. That's just unprofessionalism.
No, that's nervousness because I'm like, okay, I got to make sure that everything works. I got to give audio cues, this, that, and then I'm like, okay, my turn. Oh, shit. My microphone is off now because I'm always just thinking about every little thing I got to do between scene switches and checking audio and making sure we do the intro properly and all that stuff. So,
and still to this day, every time I hear the words from Mel or Mike, Sly, you might have to do the show.
He's only done 2 shows. This isn't my 1 year. Just remember that.
Yeah, like every time.
It's none of our 1 years, but it's not my 1 year.
every time I hear that from Mike or Mel, Sly, you might have to do the show on so and so week. Oh my god. I don't know if I can handle it. I don't know if my potato can handle it. And the one show that I did when you were doing World First Prague,
Two shows. You did 2 shows.
No, I'm talking about the one show I did.
Okay.
During World First Prague, and like lightning struck and Ramu just hit my fucking power, and I was freaking out. You didn't see it, but I was freaking out. I really that time. I really needed a fucking drink. So yeah.
Didn't you make a story up when you came back?
No, I told you exactly
I could have swore that you played out the Ramu thing a lot more.
Yeah. People could hear the lightning, though. That was the thing. They could hear Ramu.
They could hear the lightning.
They could hear the lightning. They could hear Ramu.
They can hear the lightning.
Yeah.
The thunder.
The thunder.
There we go. Had to do it. Because I don't know if you can hear lightning. It crackles, I guess.
So I see a lot of people mentioning Magic Man or Mr. Michael Byrne. He's the hardest person to get on the show. It is literally like trying to book a celebrity. We had to give him 6 months notice just to be on the show, and it actually became closer to 8 when he actually appeared on the show.
He's that big.
Because he's so busy. He's doing a lot of other things. So we get that you want these people on the show, and we try really hard. But
I'm begging for him to come back.
We'll probably be able to get him to come back if we give him a year's notice. It's
he said any time.
So you heard it first. 1 year. The next 1 year anniversary. The 2-year anniversary. Byrne's gonna be on the show.
I gotta see when the first XIV Reborn aired and get him on that week. Almost like a 3-year anniversary or a 3-year RIP for XIV Reborn.
I was
sometime
thinking
in
for
August.
next expansion.
Yeah, well, we had him on for just before the Heavensward expansion. I think the week before Heavensward we had him on.
Yeah, it was the week before.
Right. So I think expansions we can have him on for special occasions. So about Yoshi P, I would love to have him on the show, but I would literally be the only person talking to him. And I wouldn't understand everything he's saying because I don't know the Final Fantasy terms in Japanese. I just know Japanese. So I don't know how to say astrologian.
In that case, would we have to get either Aimi or Koji to translate?
Or Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Or Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Sly, someone pointed out you said the next 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, that's I corrected myself. I said 2-year anniversary. I was next 1 year?
It would be the Marco and Mel show, right? And you guys are just sitting there going hi.
I'll just sit there Okay. So, obviously, since you're hearing our conversations, there's been a few learning curves over the past year, whether it comes to getting people on the show or how to set up the show or anything like that. So, Sly, I was making fun of you for your first episode on how nervous. How do you feel you've improved since you first came on the show? Really, not just how does it feel then and now, what was the process getting from week 1 to week 52?
Honestly, the process was listening to a lot of podcasts, watching a lot of podcasts, talking to people, seeing, what they do, how they do it, and not trying to replicate it per se, but, just trying to at least calm down my nerves, bring that professionalism, that word that we always use, to the show. Yeah, there was a lot of research. There was a lot of, self-coaching, I guess you could say.
Self-coaching?
Self-coaching.
Did you learn anything from me?
A few things. I actually watched you and Burn. That's actually one of the podcasts that I was watching. I was like, how the fuck am I going to do this? I go watch
Burn's a
XIV
natural.
Reborn. Yeah, Burn's a natural. That man, he does theater. Look easy.
He does theater. He's really good like that with.
He makes it look easy. I'm sitting here I've never done theater.
I was going to do theater in high school, believe it or not. I was going to do Sweeney Todd because that's one of my favorite plays. I like it. What a sang too. I was going to do Judge Turpin.
And we all avoided that bullet.
I would have been a fucking amazing Judge Turpin. Not as good as Alan Rickman, rest in peace. All right, so, man, so,
yeah. So, what's changed? What's changed with you? What do you feel has like? How do you feel like you've improved? Or
I don't know. I just show up
room
with
for improvement.
the first few weeks, like. Anytime, like I was trying to be so proper the first few weeks, like I was a bit stiff, giggity.
How you doing?
How you doing? Yeah, I was just a bit stiff. Like I was like, don't curse, don't be so angry. Don't
We threw that fucking shit
Don't
out
yell
the
at
door anyway, didn't
Sly.
we?
Don't yell at Sly. And then portals. Here, see, I gotta cover the portal. See, you guys? I'll just do that to cover the portal. And I just threw all that out the window at some point and said, you know what?
Yeah.
Just be fucking real. Just complete.
Just keep it real.
Just like if you wanna curse, if you gotta express an opinion, all the way, go all the way with it. That was the biggest
use
thing
your
that
words.
I'd say.
Use your
That
words.
I'd say change. Use your words. That's what I did. I used my words. Sly, I use my words. Are you happy I use my words?
I am ecstatic that you use your words because it makes for a good show, and that's one of the things that allowed me to kind of go from the nervousness was being able to express myself and being able to disagree because we disagree on a lot of shit.
Well, that's another reason why we liked you on the show, because we tried a few different people. It wasn't like we just said, "Hey, Sly, you want to do a show?" It was, "Sly, do you want to audition for a show?" We met at FanFest. We want you to audition.
Yeah.
And you were one of 3 that we picked to audition, and now it's and now you're here.
So wait. Everybody, you heard that. This is Mike and Mel's fault. Blame them. How you doing?
Yeah, sorry. My keyboard is really close to my mic, so that's what you hear. And because I have like long nails and
it's Mel's doing Sephirot EX. She's doing Sephirot EX. It's okay. It's okay. She's doing.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
It's all right. Oh man.
there's an echo.
Really?
Wait,
Maybe
wait,
it's just.
really?
I think it's just because I'm being loud.
We get echo in Sephirot EX. All right.
Yes, we get echo. It's probably just because I was yelling real loud, so they could hear you, and hear me from your room. So I just need to not go like my Jersey voice. Jersey.
Joe's.
All right. So let's see. So we have a year under our belt.
Yes, we do.
We have another year, hopefully, that we have to do next. So, Mel, you did a lot in the past year.
Mm-hmm.
Should probably be the person to lead us into next year. What's changing? What's changing next year? What's new? I mean, the first thing that's new are these overlays.
Yeah, the overlays are new. I think that we're going to have more standard rosters of guests. I mean, well, Ethys was our first consistent person we brought back. I think that we are, we'll try to cover more content that is not just high-end rating, more community highlights. And also, we are working on another podcast that is not Final Fantasy related. I don't want to give too many details yet, but it is going to have a roster of about 5 or 6 people to start. So, and it's just in the realm of gaming. So I would look forward to that in March. We're going to launch it. It's sort of why Mike has had all these like weird requests for designing things and programs and stuff like that.
So whenever you see Mike come in and say, Sly, do this, Sly, do that.
Sly, just type
This is
yes.
why. Just
Tell
type
everyone
yes.
to type yes.
Just ask a question, get people to say yes or no. That's why.
Yeah, so it's just because everyone's not just playing Final Fantasy XIV anymore, so we're trying to diversify our content. And so I thought that this would be interesting. Mike and Sly are going to be on it. Ethis will be on it. Pook will be on it, and Frosty from Mob Talk. Those are the people that we are rotating in and out of the show. You're only going to see 2 people at any given time, and it is actually a duel. So and the chat will have the ability to vote on who wins at the end of the show. So that is hopefully going to be exciting for you all. And they won't have the topics ahead of time. So the people who aren't currently on the show will create the topics for them. So they can create anything to screw them over. And the two hosts of the week will be surprised and shocked by what they're talking about. So that's what we're working on. And I guess it's reminiscent, if people know sports, it's reminiscent to PTI.
And Around the Horn. It's
right.
like a combination of.
It harkens back to my days in college when I would come back from class and I'd just watch Pardon the Interruption and Around the Horn, and then I'd be like, okay, I guess it's time to do homework. So that's what we're working on. We don't have a title for it yet. We're working on that as well. So
How does it feel? Like, she watches sports.
What are those?
Exactly.
I know esports.
Oh God, this is why Mel has the big dick in the relationship.
Listen, the big dick is right here. Wait.
Oh, he's not here yet.
Wait a minute.
He's not here yet. He's not here yet. He hasn't gotten here. We're saying that he's gonna come in the last part of the show. He's not here yet.
yeah. So it's not. I mean, we're borrowing the idea from ESPN and sports in general, but we are going to gear it for gaming news, gaming topics, things of that nature.
Please look forward to it. Hi.
And yeah, Sickle, I know that one side of my hair is longer than the other. It's asymmetrical. It was cut that way on purpose. But thank you for the whisper.
The whisper. I was like, where is that? And, yeah. But don't you be palming Sly.
Shake my head.
You said to fix your hat?
I'm shaking my head.
Shaking my head.
Yeah.
You want to shake your head and do something else at the same time?
Really?
You want to look at the show notes?
Yes.
You don't have them up, do you?
Oh, I have them up.
Okay, cool. I'm waiting, Sly. See, here's the thing. So this is where his professionalism ends. I bold things I want Sly to talk about in the show notes, and I'm sitting there waiting for him to do the next part, and he's just
Holy shit! I erased it. I'm looking at both of the show notes. I accidentally.
And Mike, are you looking to improve anything at all? Maybe you should start or run the show
professional.
without messing up.
Okay, when I did my show notes, like I usually download it. Like this is kind of background about me in what I do. When I do my show notes, I download it. I do some changes in the main show notes that's in Microsoft, not Microsoft, but the doc, the Google Doc. And sometimes I might screw up and accidentally get rid of some shit. And I'm looking like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I looked at the show note, the actual show notes, and like, oh shit, I deleted that. So, Mike, are you looking to improve on anything at all?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to turning my microphone on in time next week. On top of that, I'm just looking forward to, I don't know, just improving the rate at which I speak, less silences between comments, things like that, smoother transitions into topics. That's one way I'm looking to improve. I don't know about you. I'm also looking to have a birthday hat next year. That's definitely an improvement. At least I feel it would be an improvement if I probably had that. I don't know. I want to keep doing it. I just want to. I think it'll just over time get better, and that's just. I can't really nail down a specific thing other than the few things I joke about. I just want to keep doing it, and hopefully I just get better at those things that I named.
Get good.
Yeah, good. Exactly. Well, Sly, I mean, you want to ask me how it is after we awkwardly pointed out that's what you were supposed to ask me.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, well, I mean, is there anything you want to improve on? I mean, okay, but first, is it like, are your predictions going to get better in the next year? Or are you always going to be?
Hey, wait.
Are you always going to be 0.3?
Time.
Are you always going to be 0.3% right?
Wow.
We're gonna get into this later. But some of the shit that I actually predicted came true, and I'm proud of myself. I'm gonna start to.
You predicted that patch 3.2 would be a patch. Got it.
Predictions are predictions. Like, I really feel like Mike has the phone, like the direct phone number to Yoshi P, and he gives them this information. That's how he knows so goddamn much. I really feel like he's cheating.
He just told me. I just got off the phone with him. He told me to tell you to get good.
Okay, thank you, Yoshi.
Right. You're welcome.
Hi.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Like, nothing's ever perfect with the show. It's never perfect. I really feel like we should have that days without incident thing on one of our walls, and it'll just say 0 every time.
What are we, the Hulk?
Yeah.
What's it called? What's Norton? Ed Norton was even in the sequel, so what does it matter? He wasn't even in the Avengers.
But, I mean, production-wise, there's a lot of things I can improve on. Notes, actual maybe equipment, things like that. Coming up, I want to start coming up with more content for the show. That's really what I want to do. I want to one day, and I really don't think that you and Mel would allow this, but one day, actually, when there's nothing to talk about, I can actually come up with a script. But no, you're control freaks. I get it.
No, we can do one.
We
Yes.
always
But
ask
we're gonna
you
disclose
something.
that you made it.
Yes, you are control freaks. I'm sitting here with ideas and maybe half a show, and I'm like, you know what? Nah, let me just.
Sly, that's bad. You need to talk to us, bro.
That's the thing. Like, doing it, it's still intimidating for actually trying to come up with a show. And I see what you go through, Mel. I don't see all of it, but I kind of feel it, and it makes me nervous. And I don't wish that upon myself. I really don't. That's why.
Wow.
So what you're saying is you're a coward. Got it.
Exactly, I am. I am.
Inner lazy.
Or lazy. One of the two.
Or both. A little column A, a little column B.
No, but let's not throw that shade around without any merit. So basically, we have asked Sly, do you have any ideas? Do you know what you want to do on a show? He's like, nah.
Nope. Nope. I look at my ideas and I'm like, nah.
Yeah, so you should just toss them out, you know?
Mm-mm.
You
Because there are a lot of
0.3%
times
feel it.
Mike and I have sleepless nights. We're about to go to sleep, and I'm like, do you know what you want to do? And he's like, no.
No.
I'm like, shit, I need to come up with something. It's not that I don't want to have show ideas, but there are things like percolating that I think perhaps people wouldn't be so interested in. They're more cerebral in nature, and I bring Ethys on for a lot of those shows because I feel like he's willing to go there with the topic.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes it helpful to have sort of like someone in my corner, because Mike and Sly, they just want to keep it news related, and they want to keep it fun and upbeat. And Ethis is not afraid to tell people you fucking suck. I think
I've got a nickname for him this week.
I think it's the down under quality about him. You know, he throws a ship on the bobby.
and another side to that, Mel, is the whole, and you referenced it earlier, the whole Twitch versus YouTube and them wanting two separate things. And I'm like, is this going to work for one or the other or both? No? Okay.
Like, usually now, I've kind of gotten over it. I read the comments on YouTube, and unless it's something egregious and I do have to apologize for that person or that particular content, then I will. But if people are just being like, I don't like this, or this fucking sucks, just to say it, and, you know, by the way, if you don't have something nice to say,
shut the fuck up.
You don't really need to say it. If you don't
Shut
like
the
our
fuck
content,
up.
If you don't like our content, we can tell by your downvotes. We can tell by the number of views that we have. We can tell by how long you watch the video. We know you don't like it. We can tell by the analytics. And I'm probably going to get a lot of, like, hate for what I'm saying, but we can tell. And I don't know. I feel like the internet allows people to just be a lot more harsh with what they're saying because they just feel like, oh, well, I'm sitting behind a computer, so it doesn't matter anyway, and I have a right to my opinion. But you also have a right to be a good person, and you don't have to be so harsh. Like saying, I fucking hate this person, why do you have him on your show? It's just like, why do you feel a need to say that? I don't really understand that as a person. If I don't like something, I may message them privately and say, I don't feel like this person worked for your show because maybe they were too, I don't know, like elitist, or maybe they just didn't have the right attitude or something. And that's why I really like the Twitch community. I'm sorry. If I had to pick a side, I would pick the Twitch community just because, it's live interaction. And there are times that they tell us they don't like it, and that's fine. But I just feel like they're a little bit more supportive and constructive with their criticism, probably because it's a live show.
My favorite one is, oh my god, get Slyh the fuck off the show. Replace Slyh with Ethys. That's my favorite one.
By the way, that's never going to happen. So if you're watching the show for the day that's going to happen, short of Slyh like falling off the face of the planet, it's not going to happen. Just because the last time when we asked Ethis to do 2 shows in a row, and he was really, really, really hyped and excited about it. At the end of that, he was like, wow, waking up that early was really hard, you guys. I don't know if I could do it every single week. So that's sort of what happened.
Again, this is their fault. I'm sorry.
All right, well, it's been fun talking about the last year and what the next year will bring. But Slyh and I decided to do something a little bit special. And since we're at the front of the show every week, we remember pretty much everything that's ever happened. We picked a few favorite moments to share with you guys. Now, I don't know how the scene switching, how well it's going to keep with this, so there may be some hashtag professionalism incoming. But, yep, like right now, nope, okay, there we go. But we have a few clips to share. We're going to name which State of the Realm they're from, so if you want to go back and watch that entire State of the Realm, you can. Slyh, I'm going to use yours first, because you have one that I really, really liked. And I know this looks like it's the start of the show, but let's just say that this one was probably the angriest I've ever seen Slyh. This is from State of the Realm number 17, and this is the moment where Slyh got his collector's edition for Heavensward, but the UPS guy showed up at the start of the show. This is one of my favorites, too, so I'm glad you picked it. All right. Yeah. I'm going to play it for them. I know you can't hear it, but...
I'll throw it up. Oh, fuck you! Sorry.
He's outside, isn't he?
Yep, he just pulled up.
Do you want to go get it before we get started?
Yes.
All right, Sly's going to go get his collector's edition.
Bullshit.
Oh man, that's a good moment. I like that one. It was just, I was literally about to start the show, and you started muting your microphone after that episode, before the start of the show, because you were just like, oh, fuck you. Sorry. And I left that in the show. I was like, I'm leaving that in. That stays.
They picked the worst time. Like, I was waiting all day. I'm just sitting here waiting. And, oh, we got a show to do. No. You decide to show up right when Mike decides to start the intros and everything. Fuck you.
So the thing is, everyone's saying there was no video there. That was the start of the show. I was about to start the show, so it showed the clouds. And I was about to press play, and here goes, oh, fuck you. That's exactly what happened.
That was right at the beginning. He is about to... That's usually when he says, I'm muting myself. And he probably did say that, and I didn't get a chance to mute myself before I saw it, and I was just so pissed.
I remember Mel hearing about that, like, cause she doesn't. A lot of the time, you guys don't know this. Mel doesn't get to be on. Like, somebody for a year now, people said, "When are you gonna have Mel?" She was literally unable to be on the show for a year because the show starts when she was at work, so she doesn't get to see or hear a lot of these things, these like crazy moments. That was a good one. But I did one of my favorite moments is coming up next, and this she knows because I showed it to her before the actual live event happened. And this was, and there's going to be some hashtag professionalism in this one. I already know because I need to switch back to the media scene in order to do it. This is actually a clip from episode number 43. It's a more recent clip. Like I said, I knew there would be some hashtag professionalism. It's a more recent clip, and it's the one where Sly got a little bit of an extra special Christmas present.
Oh, God.
Yep, this is from State of the Realm number 43. That Sly unwrapped it.
It's already unwrapped. The
saw...
tab is open. The tab is open now.
Okay, I need you to show it to them, and don't open it right away.
Okay.
So pull it out, but don't actually open it. It's a card.
It's a card. Okay.
It's a card.
All right.
So show them the front of the card. No, show them the front of the card.
Well, let me read it first.
Okay.
Read it. I would wish you a happy holiday, but there's someone else that will. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. Oh, God.
Now open it.
Okay. I'm just sitting here watching the delay. Oh,
I know you
God.
are. Oh my God. Went back to Sly's face and he's just face palming.
I still have the card. I still have
hope
the envelope. I still have the envelope that the card was in. Like, I usually, like, that whole entire week was, Sly, play the card. Take the card out. Play the card. Play the card. Play it again. Because of you.
They made a Valentine's Day one too.
Yeah, you showed me.
Like, there's someone who wants to be your extra special Valentine, and his name is John Cena. Oh man, I wonder what Ethys thinks about John Cena.
I don't know if Ethys knows who John Cena is.
Okay, Ethys doesn't approve of John Cena.
No, he's shaking his head pretty hard right now.
I know. That's why I said. Okay, so
Show his face.
oh man, he'll be on the show soon. He'll get a voice soon. Oh man. Okay, so Sly has another favorite moment coming up right here, and this is actually from the episode before. Now, Sly actually didn't give me a favorite moment for this next one. He literally just said the whole episode.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna pick a random point in the show, and I'm just gonna play it. Like I don't know when precisely. You guys are hearing me like listening for a point right now. I'm just gonna like look for a point in the show and see if we can do it. This was actually, we were talking about Mr. Byrne a lot here on the show, and this is actually his show, Stake of the Realm, is what that show is. And you were looking pretty dapper back then in that episode. That was the last time I think I saw you. And oh no, that's not true. When you hosted the show, you also wore a suit and tie, or a dress shirt and a tie.
Yeah, because of E3. Yeah, that was E3. That was during E3.
This was the week before Heavensward launched.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was the week. It was the Tuesday before E3, or the Tuesday after E3. My bad. Let's just play a random clip. What?
Yeah.
That
Big
sounded
Daddy.
so
Big
poppy.
Daddy.
I can't believe he called me Big Daddy. Like,
I always call you Big Daddy. What's the matter with Big Daddy? It's a good nickname.
I'm pretty sure you're taller than me, so it doesn't make sense.
Am I? I'm 6 feet. 6
I'm
feet
5'8"
Wow.
with shoes on.
All right, not as Big Daddy from now on.
Not as Big Daddy.
Not as Big Daddy.
What's up, not as Big Daddy?
Oh, I couldn't find the steak part. I just clicked a random part on this one. I figured, it seems like I picked a pretty good part, though. He called me Big Daddy.
Yeah, how you doing, Big Daddy?
Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
start calling you that now. That is your nickname. That is forever your nickname.
That's forever my nickname now?
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy. Got
Big
it.
Daddy.
Thanks. I'm glad I can be Big Daddy. State of the Big Daddy. Stake of the Realm. Yeah, I don't know when we had the Stake of the Realm conversation in that show.
It was like later on in the show. It was like, I think midway or later on in the show that it turned to Stake of the Realm.
Yeah, because I remember Byrne just couldn't stop laughing. Like, he was dying the entire show after that. It was pretty good. Oh, that's a good one. And Sly, being a greedy motherfucker, he says he doesn't get enough of the show notes, so I'll let him have this. He had 3 favorite moments. This guy over here had 3 favorite moments.
You told me to pick favorite moments. You didn't say a number. You just said pick favorite moments. All right.
The thing is, you picked 2 of your favorite moments. You literally didn't give me a moment. You just gave me a theme. And then I had to go look for the moment. Luckily, I had YouTube videos of 2 of these moments. So, I think the next one is actually... So, you guys may know that Sly has this friend that he likes to consult on occasion.
Hey.
He likes to call up Reba. And talk to Reba about whenever something's fucked up. He has to gossip about it to Reba. So let's say hello to Reba. Oh, see, there's the hashtag professionalism. It canceled out on it canceled out on the... There we go. I got it. It just said, nah, we don't want it to work. We'll make just be a black screen. So this is Reba. Hopefully, if you guys haven't met her before, you'll become very well acquainted after this clip. This is the reason why the diadem rewards are the way they are. This is the reason why the anima weapon took so long to go from 200 to 210. And this is why it got delayed as long as it did, apparently. Difficulty was too high.
No!
Oh, man. I'm waiting. Oh, no, not this again. God damn it.
Reba. Girl, did you hear about Alexander Savage? I know, that shit is too hard, girl. What you mean you stuck on A2? What do you mean they put you in the Godwalker? Bitch, you better learn how to drive. That's all I'm saying. Learn how to drive, girl. All right. See you at church. Bye.
See you at church? I still am fucking see you at church, Sly. You're a fucking hoot, you know that? You're a fucking hoot. And not like hooters, you're just a fucking hoot. See you at church. See you at church. And those are just some favorite moments that we wanted to share with you guys. We're actually going to be doing a roster swap here in a second. She's like, move it along. That's fine.
I'm sorry. No, it's just, here's the part where I say goodbye.
Goodbye.
No.
With the head swag.
No.
Yeah. Well, Mike wanted it where it was like 2 halves. And I asked him, should I just make one real fast where there's 4 of us? And he's like, no.
Well, because you're just going to sit there when we're actually talking about 14. I don't want to force you to be on camera for the next hour like,
It's been real, kids.
It's been real. All right, everyone, say goodbye to Mel. And ready for this roster swap? You ready for the super smooth roster swap right here?
See you at church.
See you at church, girl.
And, all
I'm
right,
bringing the chicken.
Abracadabra. Alakazam! Ethys, they can see you now.
Oh, shit. How you doing?
How we doing? Man, you keep fucking switching the camera to me, and I'm
Because
just like sitting.
You
here
have the greatest.
Request.
You have the greatest fucking look on your face, like 99% of the time. It's just because you're that attractive. I can't stop looking at you.
Well, what can I say?
I don't know. What can you say?
Well, there's a reason you have to have me on once a month, right?
Yeah, I need to get my quarter chub. I need to get my quarter chub.
Yeah, your
on.
face is just too handsome that we need it in doses. We can't take it all the time. We need it in doses.
Yeah, I can't stand being erect that often. I'll pass out. Anyway. The blood flow I can't handle it. I am the big dick, remember?
That's true. Yeah, you need a Gizgoggle more, let that chub drop sometimes.
I don't even know what you just said. Was that English?
I said you need to Gizgoggle more so you can drop your chub sometimes.
Okay. I don't know.
Come on, dude.
All right.
Dragoon jokes.
Apparently
Sorry.
he doesn't speak Dragoon, apparently.
It's called Gierskogel, first of all, not Gierskogel.
Whatever.
I call it Gierskogel.
Yeah,
We're
that's 'cause
here.
that's
We're
'cause
here.
you're
We get
so
it.
So Ethys is here,
Yeah.
by the way. This fucking guy. He's here. He's here for the second half of the show, but as much as you're here for the second half, I kind of want to include you a little bit on the first half because we brought you on the show. I don't even know what the first episode with you was.
I think it was 13 or 14.
It was 13 or 14. It was very early on because the second episode you were on was for the Heavensward story. Oh no, it was for it was because it was the day that patch 3.01.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, we did Stay of the Realm in episode 13 or 14, and then I was on for the next 2 in a row with Slyh while you were off fiddling with your butthole in Alexander. And we had to carry your ass, and that was good. That was great fun. The old Dragoon sandwich. That was excellent fun.
Yeah, how you doing?
Excellent fun. A lot of people see you as the third co-host of the show, even though you're only on like once, twice a month. Like I said, they want you to replace Slyh.
Well, today I learned that the only reason I'm actually on so often is because I'm more accommodating than everyone else on the Dream Network.
That's not true. That's not the only reason, but it is true. You are definitely accommodating. I can definitely support that. So what was your reaction to first being invited on the show? Because as Mel pointed out in the chat, that Pook actually said we should get you on the show.
Yes, yeah. I think Pook was the first to sort of discover me out of you stinking lot who don't care about lore. I think my first reaction,
feel good about it.
I think my first reaction, honestly, was, "Oh, good, Mr. Happy doesn't hate me."
Why would I hate you?
I'll explain. So I started doing videos on YouTube, and as I started to gain a little bit of, regular viewership and stuff, a lot of people started to make comparisons between my lore videos and your lore videos. And
mine weren't even lore videos. They were like, this was the story.
Yeah, well, that's my point, and people, and I had to point that out to people, but people weren't being entirely kind to you, and I was like, oh shit, Haps is going to read these comments, and he's going to be like, this fucking asshole shitting in my backyard.
There's no backyard. A lot of people think YouTube has a backyard. There is no.
That's the thing. A lot of people, and this is something that a sort of misconception that I had coming into YouTube, is that people aren't really that territorial. People don't mind like overlapping content and stuff like that with other people. They're not as petty as that. But I hadn't sort of worked you out yet, so it was sort of, I guess, reassuring for me knowing that I hadn't kind of put you offside in some way. So that was honestly my first reaction was, oh good, this dude doesn't hate me. I might have a look in here.
Now Hap, with that, we kind of had the same kind of misconception with the Miz, didn't we?
Yeah, everyone thought she hated me too, but that was just because we both made ties. That's why when we had her on the show, we made it a boxing rink, and Slyh was the referee.
Yeah.
So should we get like a triple threat match going between Hap, Ethis, and the Miz? Can we make that happen? Can we do that? We need to make this happen. What do you think, folks?
I think you guys would be in trouble.
Oh. Listen, you still gotta survive our Air Zivia, so don't get big over there, guy. You still gotta survive.
I thought we were actually boxing. I thought we were actually going to fisticuffs.
Yeah, well, oh my god, he says fisticuffs. Okay, anyway. He says fisticuffs. He's playing too much 14, because that sounds like some shit they would say in the story. There's no boxing in Eorzea. It is fisticuffs. I know I've seen an NPC say it before.
I'm sure they have.
So we talked about change over time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I need an answer from you, because I'll tell you the difference between episode number 13 Ethys and the current Ethys. You turn from Ethys the lore guy to Ethys Moonman Asher to Ethys sit on my face Asher.
Okay. So what you're saying is that I slowly unwound and became more and more salty over time. Is that it?
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah, I had a pretty short fuse with you guys. Jesus Christ. No, I think the first couple of episodes, I was, you guys were inviting me on because of the content that I'd been doing, and the content that I had been doing on YouTube was, formal and scripted and very, very sort of proper, and I'm sort of playing a character in some way. I mean, that is like naturally the way that I write, but it's not obviously naturally the way that I speak all of the time. But I was presuming that you were inviting that person onto the show. And I was like, all right, got to be professional. You know, got to treat this whole setup with, you know, some respect. And then after a couple of episodes, I realized that you were just a couple of clueless chuckle fucks, and it was just like, it was just two dudes shit talking, and I was like, all right, I can do that. That's fine. And I don't know. I think we're better for it. I don't know if everyone agrees with that. And I know sometimes we sort of go back into the serious episode. And I think it's good that I can kind of switch that on and off. But I think that I feel like most people watch this show, and most people like me coming on because the three of us actually have some good sort of repartee and back and forth, and it's not kind of really stiff and formal.
Stiff and formal. Yeah, you're definitely stiff and formal now.
How you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing?
How you doing? Well, I'd say it's been hilarious because people fucking find you hilarious.
Yes, they do.
I've got mixed feelings about that.
You've got mixed feelings about a lot of things.
I do. Well, it's like when I'm trying to be funny, I just fall flat on my face. But when I just like don't filter myself and speak normally, people are like, "It's a funny way of speaking."
He's got an accent. Anything you're looking forward to in this next year?
Anything I'm looking forward to? Oh, geez. I'm really looking forward to FanFest. I'm absolutely fucking determined to get to the Vegas FanFest. I don't know how.
You guys heard him. If he somehow finds a way to stream, go get him to FanFest.
Please.
Oh, I'm gonna get to FanFest one way or another.
I need to get a picture of you and Koji. That would just be like
the me and Koji.
Yeah.
We still need the Slythefox, Koji arm wrestling
Koji be like, who the fuck is this guy? And why is he kissing me?
Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
Is that it? Is that all you're looking forward to, FanFest?
He wants to get that compendium. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm looking forward to more stuff working on my channel. I'm looking forward to this new show that we're going to do. I'm really excited for it. It looks awesome. But honestly, the big thing that I'm really, really looking forward to is FanFest.
You ain't the only one.
I'm going to treat you to some American food, and you're going to want to leave immediately.
You think I haven't eaten American food before? Come on.
Not in Australia.
I've been to the States quite a few times.
Okay, then you're good.
Yeah.
All right. What kind of American food have you had?
Oh, man. I fucking love Cheesecake Factory. So
okay,
good.
You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. That's it. You're a piece of shit.
What's wrong with Cheesecake Factory?
That's not fucking American food.
That's just cheesecake.
Well,
they don't just serve cheesecake.
They don't just serve cheesecake.
I know they don't, but like, they serve other shit, but to me...
all right. Last time I was in Hawaii, I had a...
Hawaii doesn't count as the States.
20...
Yes, it does. Shut up.
Yeah, shut up, Haps. Hawaii counts as a state. I had a 28-ounce, 30-day dry-aged New York strip.
Now that is American food.
That's American food.
Except that you got a New York strip in Hawaii.
Whatever. It's Californian beef. It's the Californian grass-fed beef. It's really fucking good. All the beef over here is grain-fed, like it's good, but it doesn't taste quite the same. And it was so fucking just fatty and dripping and just like way too much flavor. I had to sleep for like 3 days afterwards.
Sly's just eating his cake while you're describing it.
Yeah. You're making my ass hungry, guys.
Fucking food.
You got some in your beard, Sly. You got a little bit in your beard, yeah.
Bit of cake in your beard, bro.
Oh my fucking god.
Looking forward to it.
Nice. All right, so you're an asshole.
Sure.
I asked you for a favorite moment, and you put "it's a secret" on the fucking show notes.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It wasn't. I couldn't come up with anything that you'd like find a decent clip for. Honestly, I think one of my favorite moments at the moment was about half an hour ago when we found out that this show has driven Slyh to drink.
Oh no, I was.
Oh
drinking
no, it
before
didn't
the
drive
show.
him to drink.
No,
He
it
just
didn't
started.
drive me to drink. Let's get that out the way now. I was already drinking before this.
Fine, okay. It drove you to drink at work.
Yeah, thank you.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'll take that.
it drove you to beat up your neighbor's wife and kids because you don't have any of your own.
It kicked my dog. There you go.
Go knock on your neighbor's door. You're like, "Hey, George, is your wife home?"
Who the fuck is George?
George is very fucking accommodating. I mean, I've hit George's wife as well. It feels great. It's really good. Anyone in the chat who doesn't have a family, go speak to Sly's neighbor George. He's very accommodating.
I didn't
Providing
even
you
know my
anything.
fucking neighbors.
Oh god, sorry, Sly.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you're good.
Honestly, one of my absolute favorite moments, and it's one that we see
Oh, shit.
is when Sly is either losing or has lost State of the Realm, and that
By
dumb-
a
You mean
point.
Aerzivia?
Aerzivia. Well, if you lose at Aerzivia, you lose at State of the Realm, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh god.
And that dumb fucking look on your face, Sly, when you lose, like,
No, when you give the final tally, and I find out again that I lose by a fucking point, yeah, that's when the face happens.
I almost beat you by 0.3. I would have been so happy if I beat you by 0.3. I couldn't believe I managed to make Ethis give me 0.3 of a point. And I was like, I just have to win it now. I just have to win.
it was reasonable. It was reasonable. It was a fair request.
It was a fair request. I'm glad that you agree. And don't worry, I'll be taking my belt back next time, Sly.
No, I'm getting used to this. It's a golden supplegar, man.
Wait, aren't I taking it next time? Who
No,
am I playing?
when
Am I
when
playing
you,
against
when you
anyone?
when you lose, I get it.
Right. So am I playing against you?
You're just playing.
You're just playing.
But when you lose, I win.
So we have to come up with a suitable prize for Ethis. Should he, like
Should
get
I
through
what?
all? Should you get through all of our fuckery? We need a. It's not going to be the golden supplegar. It's going to be something else. I don't know what it is. We had to figure that
Give him that birthday hat.
Mail me a birthday hat.
out.
Make me wear that on State of the Realm for
Yeah.
the next 6 months.
Yep, exactly.
Oh,
With the little balloons on it and the string.
It's a really nice hat.
It is a really
Thank
nice
you.
hat.
Thank you.
I'd glamour it.
Yeah, IRL.
Mm.
All right, so now that we've gotten his favorite moments out of the way, as underwhelming as they were, we had a patch today.
What do you fucking want from me?
30 minutes ago. That was my favorite moment. 30 minutes ago.
All right, no, I'll give you another one. My favorite moment was when you guys had called me Moon Man for the 1,000th fucking time, and I got up and walked out, and for a good 20 seconds, you guys had no idea if I was coming back.
We knew you were coming back.
I got some secondhand reports, and you guys just fucking dropped everything. You do not know what to say.
No, we just stood there staring at you because we were like, we're going to be here when he comes back. We're going to be here when he comes back.
Speak for yourself, Mike. I didn't think
it up. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so Sly was a bitch. Got it.
This has gone too far.
Yeah. Sly was the one who bitched out. I got it.
Thanks.
Now I've got all the details. Okay. I'm
Thanks.
glad we clarified that.
Now we can. Is that acceptable as a favorite?
That's acceptable. I'd say that's acceptable.
Okay.
A little conceited because it was about you, but that's okay.
Little conceited. Hey, let's talk about conceited for a second.
Okay.
Let's have a show for 2 hours where we don't actually talk about Final Fantasy XIV and we just talk about the favorite things that we've done. For
But
ourselves.
all those things had Sly in them.
This fucking episode is conceited. This is a giant fucking statue to concede. All right. Subscribe for that.
Subscribe for that. Okay. On that note, we actually have a patch to talk about.
That we do.
Yes.
Yes,
Patch-
we do.
Patch 3.2 hit today. Now, for anyone wondering, the lore embargo is on the show, as usual, for the
Shit.
day of the patch. Which is fine, because I don't think Ethis has finished the entire thing yet. Anyway, and he hasn't done Hildibrand yet, and he hasn't read all
No.
the He hasn't done the Warring Triad thing and seen and read all that text yet.
Oh yeah, I've done that. I've done the work.
Okay.
I've got Hildibrand, and I've got the last couple of little cutscenes of the main scenario quest.
Okay. So that's on embargo for now. Until the lore episode, that's on embargo.
All right, sweet.
But we want to. What has everyone done? Like, I'll Ethys, you said you've done most of the main story. You've done the Warring Triad.
Yeah.
What have you actually like? What's everything?
I've done Alexander. I spent last night doing Alexander normal. So here's the thing: whenever a patch comes out for you guys, it's what, like 10 a.m., something like that.
No, 4.
4 a.m. Right,
Yeah.
And you just you get up early and you just fucking go for the next 12 hours or whatever, right?
Pretty much.
For me, we didn't get live until nearly 9 p.m. By the time the rest of my group was on, it was past 10, and we were like, all right, we're going to get into Alex Normal. We blew through Alex Normal, and we did Sephirot Normal, and then that was all we really had time to do. So you guys are way ahead of me at the moment.
Tell us what the rest of what you did was.
Well, that's basically it. I did Sephirot, I did Alex Normal, and I've done most of the main scenario quests this morning, and that's it.
Okay. What about you, Sly?
First thing I did was main scenario, so that included Anti-Tower.
So good.
Not a lore spoiler about Anti-Tower. I mean, we'll talk more about it in a second, but as much as I was hyped for Anti-Tower, wasn't impressed by the actual fights. The aesthetics, yes. The fight,
really.
The third fight was boring as fuck.
Yeah, the third fight sucked. I reckon the second one was pretty.
And I've been telling people this like all day, and some people say yes, some people say no. I felt like the Anti-Tower was more of a tank and spank fuck mechanics. You don't really have to give a shit and get the fuck out. Like, I wish there was more there.
Okay, so here's what I have to say about the Anti-Tower. I have never had an easier time healing a dungeon ever. It was by far the least damage a group has ever taken with little to no effort. The other one, the Lost City, there were points where the tank was taking some damage, but I feel like all the mobs did not hit as hard this patch. And it wasn't just because tanks have more vitality on them now. I mean, everything.
No, I've got
Everything feels
complaints
like-
about that. I've got complaints from tanks about the whole changes. And we'll get to that in a minute.
Tanks seem to be telling me, though, that in Alex Normal, some things are hitting pretty fucking hard.
Oh, there's some things that... Let me tell you about Sephirot real quick. Some things hit pretty fucking hard in Sephirot, too.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all. That's what you did, Sly. You said you did the main story.
Main story, Stone Sky and Sea, which I'll get into in a minute. Sephirot Normal, had to do some worky work in between time, but I got back, did Lost City.
Worky work with Marky Mark.
Yeah, and the Funky Bunch. Did Stone Sky and Sea, tried to get into Sephirot EX, couldn't, because like Primal exploded by the time I got to it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Primal exploded, Chaos exploded. I don't know if Ethers exploded yet.
No, we're fine.
We're fine for now.
We're fine. We're JP. We're crystal class customers.
Absolutely. You're on Tomberry?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I figured as much. No, actually, one of the JP servers data centers went down. I don't know which one though.
Bullshit.
One did. Only one.
And in addition, I did Hildibrand.
Okay.
Yeah. So what did you do?
So I logged in. It was 1:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I did Sephirot hard mode.
Mm-hmm.
I then proceeded to do Sephirot Extreme
For how many hours?
for 8 hours.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
That's all he's been doing the fucking day. Oh, wait.
Hours.
Then I
He's
did
doing
the
some
anti.
other stuff.
Then I did the anti-tower, and I did Lost City.
Tell me you've got your weapon, dude.
I'll tell you about the 5% in rage.
I'd love to hear about the 5% in rage.
And that last phase when the DPS is dead for like 2.5 minutes, and you miss it because they died, and then they got up, and then they died to another mechanic, and then a healer dies, and then you don't use the DPS LB3, and then you realize.
So how does it feel to be experiencing the game like everyone else?
How you doing, Mike?
Welcome back to Earth, Mike.
Welcome back to Earth.
The good news is Elysium has, I think, 4 groups that have cleared A5 Savage right now.
Okay.
I think 4 groups. 1, 2, yeah, 4 groups. 4 groups that have beaten A5 Savage. They got World First, Third, and then I think like 6th and 9th or something. I don't know.
Are you allowed to say anything about it yet?
No.
Okay.
When they say something, I'll say something. I've actually seen the entire fight. I know.
Yeah.
I know everything about it.
I bet you have.
But that's it. So most of my experiences with Sephirot, I did unlock Stone Sky Sea, but I haven't done it.
Can we talk about that now?
Oh, you know what? That's what I fucking did. I grabbed the fucking kettle quest.
I still have not done that yet.
Oh my god! I
have
need
not-
50 Alexandrite. Are you fucking me? And then you need 10 Thavnarian Mists, and then you need to do Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan. It's literally the relic quest again.
I think it's
But
funny.
you're not getting a relic. You're getting a fucking.
And you know what the kettles turn into? You can
What?
craft them into a fist weapon that's 2 kettles, punching with 2 kettles.
Yes, please.
It's called the Ultimate Kettle Nexus. Oh my god, the ultimate fucking kettle. Oh my
shit.
god. I need 50 granted, Alexandrite's really easy to get now. Like, really, really easy. Like, you could do 50 Alexandrite in a day, easy.
Yeah.
And some people have them left over. I don't! So, I gotta finish that quest. It's gonna bother me if I don't finish it. It is the ultimate fucking kettle, and more importantly, it's more backstory on Geralt and Jelson, which is probably an important thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's probably, although I suspect that that's where we're going to learn the backstory that we were given in the Hot Scoops.
Yeah.
Scoops.
The hot scoops of Duty Commenced.
Yeah.
Yes, Judy Kameknid, as it said in my notes.
Yeah.
But-
y-
We've all talked about what we've done so far in 3.2, but none of us mentioned Hall of Novice. None of us did
why
all.
the fuck am I gonna go do Hall of Novice, Sly?
I'm just saying it's there. It's in
Do you have any
3.2.
classes that-
It's in 3.2. We can't speak on it because we haven't done it.
We were off doing the important things, not the stuff that's there for new players.
Okay, wait. You heard this first from Mike. Hall of Novice.
Why the fuck as a level 60 player am I gonna do the Hall of Novice? I don't need the level
It's not
17
important
armor.
to you. It might be important to someone else.
Okay, it's important to them. Great. Why would I do it on day
can
one?
do
I'm just saying. Oh, okay. All right, fine. It's on the fucking list. We didn't do it. Fuck it. Move on. Stone
Wait,
Sky Sea.
you didn't do it either.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Then why are you shit talking us?
I'm not shit talking. I'm
Speak
just
for
saying.
yourself, you son of a bitch.
I'm just
Why have
saying.
you got it?
Look,
Like, have you got all your classes at least 50? Do you have any classes that are around like level 15, 20, 30?
pugilism. Bar.
Yeah, well then maybe you should go fucking do it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Bitch.
How about you go fuck yourself? How about you do that, goddammit? Okay, so we've not done Hall of Novice. None of us have. Move on. Stone Sky Sea. This is something I really wanted to speak about today. Have either of you done it? Mike, you
Nope.
done other shit?
I unlocked it.
Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about Stone Sky Sea.
Did you fail the A4 Savage DPS check?
I met every fucking check. You know what that means to me?
You beat A4 Savage?
No, it means not a goddamn thing because it doesn't include mechanics.
Of course
One-
it doesn't.
One, it doesn't include mechanics. Two, there's no actual parser there. And I'm sitting here doing these like mindlessly, like just going through our rotation, doing these mindlessly, and I clear every one of them. Like, okay, so this means I can, meet DPS checks in A4, A3, Sephirot EX. I can do that. Yay! Doesn't mean anything to me.
I think the point is more that if you don't meet them, then you know that you don't have a shot in hell, and either you're severely undergeared or you're fucking terrible at your part.
Harsh
I
way
mean,
of
that's
putting
true
it, yeah.
too. That's true too. But at the same time, when someone who actually knows what they're doing with their class meets X,
It's not made for them, though.
it's not made for them. But at the same time, it's a thing here. And I really did it.
It should be a confidence boost for you for fights that you haven't done that you're going into and you're like, all right, do I have a shot in hell? I can meet the DPS check. If I play absolutely perfectly, handle all the mechanics, I should be fine.
but it's just confirming something that I've known for quite some time.
Well, how do you know that you meet the DPS check for a fight when you're first in it?
Not knowing. I'm not talking about the DPS check. It's confirming that one, it's not
you know
me.
How to play your job.
I know how to play my goddamn job. It's
That is
the
news.
groups. If I didn't meet these checks, goddammit, I would give you that, Mike. I would give you that. But I actually met these checks, so fuck you. But yeah, it just confirms that it's more along the lines of the groups that you go with and the mechanics that you have to deal with. It doesn't.
Right. So what you're saying is that you don't need this kind of thing because everything that goes wrong is everyone else's fault.
I'm not saying that. No, God, no. But little column A, little column B. Yeah. I'm
not saying that, but
yeah. Okay. But like, really,
it's not there for us.
Just give us a parser. Give us a parser. That's all I'm asking for. Like, you could throw in different HP levels for different fights. That's fine. That's all well and good. You can meet the check. That's fine. But you can just fuck up mechanics. That's another thing. It's like, you're good at DPS. Good job. High five.
But how do you practice mechanics other than
exactly? That's the thing. That's the thing about it. So it may be a useful tool to some, but like you said, like both of you said to us, it means completely shit.
It's not for us. But the thing is, we've never had any tools in the game for players to judge how well they're playing. It's literally been something that's been absent for the entirety of forever.
And this is another reason why I think the mentor system, which we haven't talked about, is going to fail.
I didn't even put it on the list.
We haven't. Like, I haven't done it. I know I don't meet the requirements.
I've seen a few people. I've seen a few people with the crown.
Isn't the crown?
Yeah, I've seen a few people ran with it.
Yeah, it's not like it's hard to get. The thing about the mentor system is that it doesn't. People can qualify for it without necessarily knowing anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like that's a big.
Go ahead.
The only thing is, the mentor system is literally only catering to people who have been playing less than 40 hours. So they just need to know the bare basics. Like, you literally just need to know, oh, where do I go to level at level 25? Or, oh, should I stop and gear up in this dungeon? Or, I keep losing aggro on Sestasha. It's like, you don't have to necessarily be clearing raids to be able to tell people that. It's just that a lot of people get into the game and they ask questions about level 60 instead of asking questions about the low levels. And it's a question of who's qualified to answer those questions, who's not.
So are we all just going to say that these are, I wouldn't say useless, but damn near useless tools?
No. I think that the Hall of Novice is, I think it has 7 exercises for each job or each class. And from what I understand, they do teach you the things that not like that guild hests, I guess, are maybe supposed to teach you, but they don't really tell you have to do it. Like, they don't tell you, oh, keep aggro on all these enemies. They'll be like, there's multiple enemies, kill them one at a time. Whereas Hall of Novice is like, hey, you're a tank. Use your AoE skills to hold aggro on multiple enemies. It seems like such a simple fucking concept, but it's a concept that is completely lost to a lot of people. Okay. So the learning tool for the early levels should make those smoother if people use it. That's always the toughest thing. Give them some rewards, they'll usually use it, though. Stone Sky Sea, still, like Ethys was saying, it's there for people who don't... I read a good way of saying it in the chat. It's for people that don't know they're not good enough for a fight to find out they're not good enough at a fight. Because if they can't even cover this aspect, they're not going to clear.
And for people that are constantly doubting their own abilities, and I know people like this who are like, oh, I only do 1400 DPS on a 3-minute pass at 210. I'm like, you know what? That's more than good enough for go and do Alex Savage. It's not perfect. You can do better. That's more than good enough to go and do Alex Savage. And they're like, oh, but I see people posting on Reddit that they can do 1600 in 3 minutes. And, I don't want to go in unless I'm completely optimized and stuff like that. And this is for people like that to say, oh, look, you're going to be fine. Provided you can handle mechanics, you're going to be fine.
And also, someone pointed out, if you clear all 7 steps, you actually get a ring that increases your experience by 30% up to level 30.
Really?
Oh, so
That's pretty good.
So you get an achievement and a ring. So I'm
Yeah, you
guessing.
get, yeah.
Okay. So
You get an
that's really that's really all I was doing it for, because I was just doing every single one just to get an achievement. Because
Yeah.
I knew there was an achievement behind it. So I just started like fucking with it and just saying, okay, I meet every check. High five. I can do everything. Yay. So that's Stone Sky Sea, Hall Novice we talked about. Main story. Ethis, you're still working on the main story, correct?
Man, I've loved the first few cutscenes of the main story.
Yeah, I'm nearly done. I'm hanging out at Cohost Western doing those little.
Spoiler: there's story quests in Cohost Western.
Yes. Spoiler.
And there was a cutscene there.
There was a cutscene.
Oh,
What have you done?
Yeah,
Ethis? No one
sorry.
will ever trust you again.
oh, jeez.
Yeah. Okay. I'm typing this in Zoom chat. I'm just gonna say at least one thing in story I was right about.
I like your spelling, by the way.
All
I
right.
don't care.
To be fair, Sly, a lot of people saw that coming. That was pretty,
Yeah. I mean, I'll take a victory. A victory is a victory. But yeah, like,
Hey guys, did you know that Minfilia is still blonde?
she ain't got no shoes on, girl.
Fucking predictions there.
I know.
Fucking got that shit.
But yeah, like this main story, and we can't go into detail. We'll go into detail. How long are we getting, Mike?
What are you talking about? 2 weeks?
2 weeks? Okay,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So you said that last time, and then we did it the next week.
Do you want to put it in a week, Mike? Can we
I
put
don't
it
know.
in-
We'll see.
I need confirmation now.
No, we don't.
Oh, fine. Either a week or two, we can talk about this. But this main story didn't touch on a lot of things that I thought it would touch on. And
Really?
with a lot of the pictures that we saw in Reddit and some other sites, we were wrong on a lot of things. Some interesting parts about the main story quest. At this, I know where you're at, so I won't spoil. But some really interesting parts about the main story. One particular instance, which to me kind of like, Mike, you're finished with it, right?
Did you not listen to what I said before?
I'm trying to gauge where you're at.
I just beat the anti-tower.
It's on the anti-tower, so he's about halfway.
Okay, halfway. through.
Halfway?
Yeah.
That took me 6
Yeah, I would
minutes.
call it halfway. Okay.
It took me 6
All right.
minutes.
All right, so there's a particular instance that I kind of feel like teases another part of the game. I won't say what exactly that instance is.
But you're frustrating everyone at the moment. We can only talk about this in euphemism. So one person says a thing to another person. And,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I had to speak in euphemisms. Because,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Look, I have a question for you.
Okay.
A prediction that I was making, a more kind of ambiguous prediction,
Okay.
is that this was going to be comparable to Before the Fall, in terms of having new shit thrown at us, having twists, building up, and having new kind of cliffhangers and exciting things happening. How would you compare it to Before the Fall, just in quality, not in the actual content of it?
If I were to compare this to Before the Fall, I would say it's like 60% close to Before the Fall in terms of the shock factor and all the things that actually happen.
60%.
60%. It's like it's not.
0.3.
And there's a good reason why. Like, there are a few things that are shocking that were as shocking as the things that did happen in Before the Fall. Mainly at the end. But it's not.
It's all right. We can spoil Before the Fall. We can talk about Before the Fall.
Yeah. It's not like everybody fucking died and we don't know where the fuck they're at. It's not like that. There is a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of shock factor, but a little bit of shock factor near the end.
Good.
So people who haven't done it, they should do it. They should be looking forward to it, and they shouldn't be like all those fucking. There's so many people. I know so many people that had not done the 3.1 story until about 4 or 5 days ago.
Mike, what are my other favorite words besides use your words?
Your story.
Watch the cutscenes.
Do the story.
Do the
There
story.
you go.
Please,
There you go.
dear God, do the story. Do the story. Do the story.
Do the story.
Do the story. Don't care.
We
All right.
have to now because there's a dungeon there. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a dungeon behind it, and the other, and we'll talk about both of them. Actually, the anti-tower. Let's go right into the anti-tower.
What, we're not doing Hildibrand?
Oh yes.
I didn't do it.
Okay, this is not going to be really a spoiler, but like in terms of the story of Hildibrand, this was my one sour part of the fucking patch.
really, why was it too short?
Really? If you look at the patch notes, and see, I thought the patch notes were lying to me. 2 quests.
Right.
2 quests. I'm like, okay, maybe there's some more quests that they're not, talking about. No, it's actually 2 quests.
So 2 quests, no instances. Was there some funny banter? Was it like at least a decent
I mean,
script?
yeah, there was funny banter. There's always going to be funny banter. It's Hildibrand. But
Yeah, so it wasn't like what was there wasn't bad. It just wasn't enough.
So it's all 3.1 story, pretty much.
you want to call it 3.1 story? Are you serious?
Well,
No.
if we're, I mean, in concept, it was good. It just wasn't enough.
We had the conversation in my stream, and people were saying that Square Enix feels that they put too many resources towards Hildibrand in 2.0, and I'm like,
I think in terms of the
that's what
trials,
made it good. That's what made it good, though. I feel like that's what made
I
it good.
agree. I agree, but people weren't going back and farming those trials for anything but
That's
cards for
true.
a couple of weeks.
That's true, but it's good side story content, and I believe it is worth the extra effort. It's worth the resources that you did spend on it in 2.0. Now,
Well, everyone loved it so much that we insisted they brought it back. You think they'd treat it a bit more, a bit
yeah,
more carefully.
but
Too busy
yeah,
making the fucking kettle quest.
but trust me, you'll be done with. If I had to say, you'll be done with Hildibrand in 15 minutes.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah,
that's a bit
yeah.
disappointing.
yeah.
Oh well, I'll take it. I mean, we got so much freaking content this patch. We really do. But I'm not going to get too salty about that. And I think that if it is a short one, there's probably a fairly good chance we'll see him again in 3.3.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that
Fuck, are we going to see more of the Scalista kids?
and maybe we have more of a chance of seeing him in 3.25. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. And with this short, and I feel like it was a reintroduction of Hildibrand. With this short reintroduction, I would be disappointed if he wasn't in 3.25. Really, I would.
All right.
Our stream is dropping frames, just so you know. Like, hardcore.
Uh-oh.
Oh
dropping
shit!
frames.
The
shit.
Gadio.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Picnic!
It's dead. I think it's a Twitch server. Some people are saying
Yeah.
refresh.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely not refresh. Okay, I think it's coming back.
Okay.
Yeah. Nope, never mind. Everything else working fine. Zoom is working fine.
Mhm.
So it's either upload speeds dropped or
It's not my fault.
Twitch server dropped.
I didn't do it.
It's not
I'm
my fault.
gonna try restarting a different Twitch server.
All right. Good luck.
We'll just come back from that. All right, let's try again. All right. I think it was the Twitch server we were on, because I just loaded up a different Twitch server and I have a completely stable connection.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey! Are we
Yeah, we're
back? Do you see our faces? Can you hear us?
Oh yeah, they can see our faces. They can hear us.
Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it was the Twitch server we were on.
Okay.
That died. Okay,
So,
there we go.
Do we want to continue?
Yeah, so you just finished your thoughts about Hildibrand right
Yes.
there. I have it locally recorded, so if there was anything cut off, it'll be on YouTube at the very
Yeah.
least. The next thing you want to talk about is the anti-tower.
Ooh, yes, we've all done the anti-tower. You've heard my thoughts about it already. In terms of the aesthetics, I love it. Again,
it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Memoria, Ibsen's Castle, love it. In terms of the actual fights, I felt like it was a complete letdown because we got in and out really quick.
Oh, yeah.
Really quick. It felt like a tank and spank. That's what it really, some people say it didn't, especially with Calcabrina. I'm like, dude, we fucking one-shot at Calcabrina. We didn't have any problems. I had problems. Our group, the group I went in, had problems on Lost City, and I'll get to that, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, Antitower, beautiful, beautiful dungeon.
Yeah.
The nods that Square Enix gave, like,
Yo, did you see the David Bowie reference?
Yes, Ziggy fucking Stardust.
That was so good.
So good. No, okay.
That was a fun fight.
I liked the Ziggy fight.
Okay, the first boss. Did you see the reference at the end though?
No, I didn't.
It's not easy being.
It's the Kermit reference.
Yeah, it's a Kermit reference.
He has fucking moves. His little like wiggle dance. Damn.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, and Calcabrina to me was a letdown.
So you think people were having problems with Calcabrina because it's you kill all the little dolls in no particular order, and
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You kill all the dolls in no particular order, then you look away during the thing with the eyeball.
And she has Ravana mechanics too.
And she slaps the ground for fucking 40 seconds for 500 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those Ravana mechanics, like that was easy to see because we've all done Ravana.
So I have a question. It says she's preparing another attack. What does anything happen if you don't do enough damage to her right there? Because she says I'm preparing, but I don't think it's Dollhouse she's preparing for.
No, it's yeah. I
have
wouldn't
no
know.
idea.
We DPS the shit out of her. I wouldn't know. Damn it, no. See, this is the shit I'm talking about.
She writes butts in our notes, and she holds up eggs and whatnot.
I have no idea what we're looking at.
I thought Antitower. See, the thing is about Antitower, I felt like it was just right for something that I'm only going to have 2 dungeons for in the expert roulette.
I agree a little with that.
I feel like every time I go in there, I'm gonna be impressed by the aesthetic. I'm gonna think it's gonna be a smooth run, and I think the first 2 bosses at least are fun, and the third boss is not a struggle. Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna be like, oh, Antitower is a great dungeon, but it's something that I'm still not sick of the last 2 experts. I think that they've done a good job of not making me sick of expert dungeons. The first 2, Never Even Fractal.
Yeah, we're sick of. We're tired of them.
I was sick of them a long time ago. Fractal I don't mind, but I was sick of Never Reap because people always bitched about it. Every time you go in their duty finder, it's like fucking not this place again.
The thing about Fractal Never Reap though is because I don't know about you guys, but I had to. God fucking damn it, Mel.
That's what I'm saying. God damn.
God fucking damn it. Yeah, because we had to do it a lot more because we still needed a lot of, esoterics for, all our old classes and stuff like that. Whereas 3.1 came around, I'd basically done gearing up all my classes, so I wasn't running them daily. Do you think, Mike, that could be part of the reason why you didn't get so sick of them?
No, I ran them pretty often, and on 2 characters at that.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. I agree that they were better dungeons.
Yeah, and on top of that, Pharos, if anything, Pharos was the one that I came closest, but every time I got to bomb Cena at the end, I couldn't hate it.
Yeah, that's pretty great. That's pretty great. So you think you're going to get sick of these 2?
No, I don't think I'll get sick of the Antitower. No. That's my point.
All right, good. I don't think I'm even going to segue, I don't think I'm gonna get sick of Lost City, which to me was the better of the 2. I was more hyped for Antitower.
Definitely the better dungeon of the 2.
Yes,
it was phenomenal.
Yes, I agree.
You were more hyped for Antitower?
More hyped than Antitower.
More hyped than Antitower. I was hyped for Antitower. I love the aesthetic and I love the look, but when I did the dungeon, it was a big letdown. Lost City. This is definitely the better of the 2.
Yeah.
One, of course, it did have the old Lost City music. Of course.
I had the remix, which was
that arrangement was. I haven't even played it yet, but I've listened
to the trailer.
Very good arrangement.
So neither of y'all have done Lost City.
I've done it.
Mike's done it.
I've done
So we can agree that Lost City is the better of the two.
I personally see. Here's the problem for me. My view on Lost City is a little jaded because I played 11, and there's a bit of a nostalgic feel. The original Lost City.
Yes, and someone was saying that borrowed a few enemies from
the original Lost City reminds me of Dark Souls, first of all, which is one of my favorite game series. The Souls games are one of my favorite series of all time.
Yeah,
okay.
I agree with that.
On top of that, the music was phenomenal, and the enemies, even though I don't look back on 11 and say I miss the game, it's nostalgic because it was a big part of my childhood. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the enemy models, the Wamora Campa, the Gubu, the damselflies, pretty like about 70 to 80% of the mobs are from Final Fantasy 11. Even more so this time, pretty much every mob was from Final Fantasy 11 here, whether it was crawlers, beetles, dolls, pots, all these things were all... Stop giving me that face at this. I know what you're... Stop it. It was all nostalgic to me in one way or another. So I feel like my view is a little jaded, to be fair. It's funny because someone pointed it out. One of the enemies, the doll model, that model was used for Faust in 11.
Oh.
So when you get to the 3 magic dolls, those are actually used for Faust's model. Actually, all of that was used for an end game zone in Final Fantasy 11. The pots. It was from a place called Ruan Gardens and Rua V2 Ruins or something like that. Mm-hmm. I can't remember the exact name, or the Rua V2 Amphitheater or something. And they're all like directly from it. The light elementals. It's just everything.
Do you think that people are going to be complaining about that? Because
yes.
I remember, yeah, right. Okay, so I remember when we got, Lost City Hard, for instance. I'm sorry, not Lost City.
Regular.
Wanderer's Palace.
Yeah.
Everyone was complaining about, the reuse of Final Fantasy 11 assets, and people have been doing that throughout the life cycle of this game. Do you think people have started to grow out of that yet?
No, people will never grow out of it because they'll look for anything. Those of us who played are a little bit more appreciative of it because they do the models justice, and it's nice seeing a literal... A lot of people wish 14 was a higher res 11, and that's as close as they're going to get to it. Yeah, pretty much.
A lot of people complain that it's just like, lazy reuse of assets or whatever.
I'm always happy to see it. It's just different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
The bosses were also infinitely more interesting. I thought all 3 bosses were better than all 3 bosses of Anti-Tower. The first boss, I especially enjoyed.
Okay. My favorite was the last.
The last boss was also excellent. The last boss has utilized the mechanic I love.
Now I'll admit the first boss, the first boss made you think. It made you think, and I loved it. I'm not going to say mechanics, but I can't say anything. Fuck it, because Ethys hasn't done it yet. So
yes, you can.
No, you can.
It's not story related.
The sort of, I'll call it a statue mechanic. And Mike, you know what I'm talking about.
The statue mechanic? You talking about the last fight, or you talking about the first fight?
The first fight.
The first fight, yeah. So there's a mechanic basically where it snapshots your character in the direction they're facing and creates a clone, and that clone will shoot out an AoE occasionally. So basically everyone has to look towards the outside of the arena, otherwise the clones will just cleave through the middle of the room over and over again.
It's best to stack. That's what we did. We just stacked and just looked away from it. That's how we did it.
There's a million and one ways to do it. It's one of those mechanics that there's no one always right way to do it. But like, what we did is everyone's just bossed by the outside of the arena. We all just look on the outside of the arena, and we all just look at the wall, like face to the wall, and it's literally like just no AOE. But it's a cool mechanic, and it's something that's impressive throughout the fight. And the first time you do the fight and you don't know that, it's fucking chaos.
Yeah,
because
it is.
The whole room is covered in AOEs, and it's a lot of fun.
I'm like, wait, well, we can't avoid this shit? And then we put it together. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those mechanics that you're like, wow, that's interesting. I've always wanted them to do a mechanic where we like clone ourselves in some way. This wasn't how I imagined it, but it was a good start.
Yeah. Now, what did you think of the White Mage last boss?
The White Mage last boss was really fucking cool.
I loved it.
Yeah.
So basically, with this boss, you're going to have to beat it 3 times. And I kind of figured that because it was going down so quick. I'm like, wait, this can't be it. And I looked at its bar. I looked at like the focus target and looked at its bar, and I didn't see what the exact buff was that it had, but you saw like a 2, and then it dropped down to 1, and then the law.
Yeah, it was a re-raise effect.
Yeah.
And the best thing about it was it actually starts in white mage form, and it can cure itself, and it can cure ads and whatnot. But then when it reses the first time, it casts reverse on itself, which is a Final Fantasy mechanic that turns healing into damage. So then all of its heals become damaging spells. So when it casts regen in the first phase, it leaves a regen field. When it casts regen in the second phase, it summons a giant bleed field because it's dealing AoE damage.
And the cures just
cure 3 targets people and does AoE around them. Cure 4 is like a missile mechanic from like Praetorium, where the things hit the ground and you have to stand away from them. The airship mechanic when it hits the ground and you have to be max distance. Yeah. And it's just cool. It's just an interesting use of mechanics, and it's a fun fight. And again, it's not too much of a headache. It's just enough of a fight to make you think, but not enough to like make you go, "Fuck, I don't want to do this ever again."
Right.
That's also an interesting way to explain how the Andapori actually, did
Used
anything.
white magic, yeah.
Yeah, in the war.
Yeah. And there's clones in there. There's a mechanic with sunlight where you could drag ads in the sunlight.
Yes,
faster,
that was
make them
really
deal less
unique.
damage.
I love that.
Yeah, I wish the sunlight had moved around to make it more interesting, but it was still nice to have this, like, oh, there's light over there. If you drag the ads into the light, they take more damage, they deal less damage, they attack slower. It's just a nice little trick that people can use to make it go, okay, we drag the mobs into the thing. I enjoyed the hell out of Lost City. Like, every second of Lost City, I legitimately enjoyed. And it's a dungeon I look forward to running again.
I'm excited for it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, next on the list. Oh, wait, what did you want to say?
No, I was just going to close it up and just saying that we believe that it's the better of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't mind having 2 experts if they're as good as these 2.
Exactly.
That's how I'll put it. I don't mind. I don't need third expert. I would still like
I would actually look forward to doing these daily.
Yeah, definitely. So next on the list is Sephirot, which I shouldn't have included in my title this morning because the number of people who came in and said, "What the fuck? That's not Sephiroth," and I was like, "God damn it! They're not even trolls. They literally thought that's what it meant. They're like, why Sephiroth in this game now?"
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Hard mode and extreme. Well, actually, it's not hard mode. This normal mode.
Normal.
They got rid of. They don't
normal.
call it hard mode anymore. It's just
normal.
Containment Bay S1T7.
Now, Mike, you can speak on both. I can only speak on normal.
Man, I could speak on both for 8 hours.
I can only speak on normal.
Yeah. What did we think about normal? I thought it was a fun fight. Like,
it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was the best normal mode I've fought. Like, Thoradin would be second to that, but only because Thoradin's kind of a weird normal mode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah, I think it's probably the best one they've done.
Yeah.
Now,
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
I'm not looking forward to it in the trial roulette though.
Why?
Oh man.
Same reason I don't look forward to Ravana or Bismarck normal.
Clear right for that. It's gonna be
because it's not hard, but the duty
people fuck it
finder
up.
will make it hard.
Yeah, it will. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I had to go get more beer after I did one run and like 2 runs of Sephiroth normal. I had to go get more beer. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like it's so easy to pick up.
Yeah.
And I told my chat, like, no spoilers. We got it. I got it. Don't say anything. I've got it. They don't. And when we did the first 2, it was hell. The last one finally got it.
Slyh,
go ahead.
I'm really glad to hear that I'm not the only one that has that kind of reaction on raid nights and stuff where I'm like, all right, fuck it, everyone, take 5. I need to go get like several more beers.
Yes. It actually got to me. And I'm like, okay, this is just normal. And I'm sitting here saying to myself in the stream, this is fucking normal. Like, I know this is new content, but we've gotten to the point where we can actually do this. This is normal. I understand it. Do you not get it? Let me explain it. Let me type it in. And the person I was in a party with, and that's in my FC, he typed it in. Nothing. That's when, like, at that point, yes. Go get more beer. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Let me go back in here. Now, Mike, you've done expert.
Oh yeah, you mean extreme?
I mean extreme. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, I've done that. I've done it as Astro. I've done it as Ninja. And I've hated I've loved every second, but I've like hated it equally because it's not that.
Now, we know that this isn't going to be as difficult as Thornton. Does it feel that way?
Okay, so let me explain.
Okay.
Let me Kevin Hart you right now. Just let me explain.
Okay, all right.
So when Thornton came out, most people were an average item level of 205 to 210. Well, Thornton was relevant to a minimum item level of 190. This made him a lot easier to the point where I had to spend 3 days begging people to not DPS so I could see the last part of the fight because we were killing it way too fast. I eventually had to borrow footage from I would put out a PSA like,
Oh, man.
I need someone to send me footage of the final mechanic. I know what it is. I've had it explained to me. I can't fucking force a group to be shittier at this fight. I need someone who's done it in the Party Finder, preferably. Okay. Sephirot is minimum item level 205, and most of us are running in there with 205 to 210 as our average item level.
I'm 210.
I think he's as difficult as Ravana, but it does not show when you're a lot closer to the minimum item level. The DPS checks are a little closer. The damage it feels a lot higher. In a few pieces of 220 gear, you'll be back to thinking he's as easy as Ravana.
Okay.
That being said, he is a lot more punishing than Thornton because you can be permanently removed from the fight, like you can from Titan.
How do you feel about seeing that again? That's going to make a lot of people very salty.
And the thing is, it's not like they went soft on it either. Like, there's knockbacks over and over and over and over.
They're I feel like they're easier ones to manage than Titan was.
In Extreme, some people are going to have a harder time than in Titan in Sephirot Extreme.
Because you see, Titan, the issue was before they did that fix for the refresh speed of the server, you had to be moving before a landslide came out on sort of 150 ping. Otherwise, you were straight off the edge. It was just, it was
that wouldn't be the issue here. Actually doing the mechanic will be a struggle for people here.
Right. Okay.
So the first phase, you immediately see this guy's not fucking about. Like, he immediately hits you with, like, 2 back-to-back 7k AoEs, and you're like, alright, this is going to be fun. And this is a very healing-intensive fight. This was way more healing-intensive and way more interesting for the tanks than I feel than for anyone else. But they made sure all 3 roles were checked properly. That was a big thing. They wanted to check you as a tank. They wanted to check you as a healer. They wanted to check you at this item level as a DPS. At higher item levels, solo heals will be no problem. Dual tank, well, you will not be able to. I don't see solo tanking this fight. Someone's gonna have. If someone could come up with a creative way to do it, fantastic. Maybe in the ad phase, you have 3 of the DPS each tank can add, and that's the only way I can imagine doing it. But it does not fuck around. It wants to fuck your ass and make you eat its dick.
How you doing?
Can we get a soundbite of that, please?
I mean, please, can we get a soundbite of that?
So the first phase starts off. And he does that, and then he summons green orbs that expand to a giant, like, half the arena size. And then he does 2 split attacks that both have to be split by different people, and then does 2 more back-to-back 7k AoEs, then a 20k tank buster followed by a 10k cleave. Granted, this is before mitigations. I watched a paladin get one shot from 22k HP with Sheltron, so...
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah, it was a lot of damage. And that was disable Sheltron. Disable. No, there's no rampart. And then you have to do that for 65%. He does that, and he does another mechanic where you have to have him in the middle of the room. If you're in front of him when he does the mechanic, you die like Shiva with the bow attack. And then you have to be spread out, and then you have to immediately heal before 2 more 7k AoEs. It's like, it's a lot. I can solo heal the first phase now that I've done it a few times. But if anybody is fucking out of position, I have to waste a GCD, it goes to shit very quickly. And then you go into the ad phase, and there's fucking 10k AoE blasts, there's constant 2k AoE blasts, there's a tank buster on one of the tanks, the other tank's getting fucked up by all the ads. And then you have 65% to beat his enrage in the last phase. And when they said jump rope mechanics, they were fucking literal about it. You literally have to jump a rope, and it's his hand.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's so good.
It's literally like a lot of like you can't see the AoEs. There's debuffs. There's tank buster. There's 2 tank busters at the same time. There's fucking raid wide AoE damage. There's a knockback followed by a green AoE, a stone pillar that does damage reduction. There's fucking more ads from the ad phase. There's more raid damage, and there's more tank busters. Then there's fucking earth shakers, and I don't know why. And just it's a barrage of mechanics.
And please don't get under his fist. Please, just don't stay right under his fucking fist. Please.
Unless you're a tank.
Unless you're a tank. Yeah, unless you're a tank and you can mitigate it. Please just don't stay under his fist. It'll one-shot you.
I already wrote up a guide for it, like a loose guide for it on the Elysium forums, and I'm going to be translating that into a video. It's the one thing I will say, it is easy to tell how you fucked up on this fight. But like, no, that's a good thing. No, it's really very clear. It uses all indicators that have been used in previous fights. The only thing that's hard to figure out is one mechanic that snapshots a position on the ground, and it doesn't tell you it does that. You have to figure that out kind of by trial by error. You eventually figure it out though, because people move around and they just eventually see it. But it's very clear, it's easy to understand, and it just requires a lot of execution. There is some DPS checks in it. There are some DPS checks in it, but they aren't too severe. With a few Alexander normal pieces, you should be fine. And I was impressed. This is one of the highest quality fights I've ever seen them put out. It is on the level of Thordan in terms of quality. And if that is true, and from what I hear from my guildmates, Savage is currently similar quality. It is second coil quality pretty much all over again. But better. Okay. It's actually higher than second quality coil in a lot of second coil quality in a lot of ways.
Jeez, that's a hard act to follow.
On top of that, crafted gear is far more accessible in this patch. It's going to be something people who aren't necessarily like Ash should be able to afford. It's craftable. The materials are mostly gotten through esoterics.
Imagine you just say a name, Ash.
Ash, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the materials are gettable through esoterics. And then the rest is from the new nodes. The hardest thing is crafters need to gear up to actually be able to make the gear. But I know people who almost have a full set already. And it's not that hard to get. It is going to be accessible. Alexander Normal is not your only path.
So TLDR, this is already shaping up to be a very good patch.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other thing about Sephirot that I really loved is that he feels like an Elder Primal. You know what I mean? He has that same sort of epic feeling that that Bahamut had, and he's at the same time got the same problem as Alexander had, where there was no like build up to him. There was no lead in. There was no he just shows up. And yet he feels, really dangerous and epic. And I just thought the entire design of that character in that fight is just amazing. I love it.
Yeah, you get a good idea of what his scope is and what you can expect from the rest of the Warg Triad.
Yeah.
So, this is one of my favorite fights. I like it on the same par that I did Thordan, pretty much.
And you said Thordan was the second best fight in the game, right?
I thought, right behind Turn 9 Savage, which I thought was the best fight, the best designed fight in the game.
I thought you touted A3 Savage.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It was A3 Savage, Thordan, A9 Savage in that order. You're right.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. A3 Savage, Thordan. I would put this right next to Thordan, above A9, above Turn 9 Savage.
That's spectacular. That's really high praise.
Don't worry about it, Sly.
Yeah. Be right back. Somebody knocking on the door.
That's fine. Don't worry about it, dude.
It's George. He overheard us.
He heard you.
He wants his wife back.
So I'm looking forward to getting back in there and actually finishing the fight, because I hit in rage. I have all the mechanics.
Wait, you did 8 hours of it. You didn't clear it.
We had to replace people quite a few times.
So you really are like back on Earth now. You really are back among the ordinary.
I'll have Savage done before you. Don't worry.
Oh, you better, or you will not hear the end of it.
Yeah.
Are you getting in there tonight?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'd rather. There's other things I got to do, like for example, eat. The answer is yes. By the way.
No.
Yes. Okay. So while he's going to get his door and George brings the shotgun over, let's start talking about Alexander Midas, because while I haven't done any of it,
Mm-hmm.
I have seen all of it.
It's spectacular.
Yes.
It really is. Everything that was wrong with Gordius has been remedied, I feel like, 1,000 times over. One of the very first things that I was saying about Gordius and a lot of people was that the environments, they didn't feel as like real and dynamic.
Yeah.
As Dalamud did. And they've absolutely fixed that in every single turn, but particularly the third floor when we're, in amongst the city there fighting quick things. Oh man, it's so good. So good. The fucking Power Rangers. Oh man.
Oh man. And those
see,
trumpets.
Yeah, and this is the thing that I love about the goblins, and this is something that I was really hoping to see in Gordius, was the fact that they're silly, they're really, really silly, and that's been played up every time that we've seen them, like in the main scenario quest through Realm Reborn, and I feel like that was sort of implied, but there were a lot of missed opportunities in the first floors of Alex. They just weren't as much fun,
Right. I mean, and Yoshi P, I think this was a bullshit excuse. He says, well, Gordius Alexander was just getting started, so, like, the machines are still kind of, like, working up, and they're activating, so they're more still. And I'm like, bullshit. You didn't design that on purpose. That was a complaint people had. No,
they listen to our feedback, and they almost always do. And every single one of those fights, I haven't done any of them in Savage yet, but every single one of those fights in normal, they weren't much harder than Gordius, but I think they're going to have much more longevity for me in terms of the enjoyment.
Oh, they'll have more longevity. I'll tell you why.
Why is that?
Do you know how long it takes to get a lore weapon?
Yeah, we need to do 7
weeks. 7 weeks.
And just to be clear, we don't know if one drops in A6 or A7 yet. But also to be clear, you cannot buy them with manifestos from Midas.
Mm-hmm.
So if they do drop, they have to just drop, and there's no way to do it otherwise. I understand wanting to keep Sephirot available as a relevant fight longer. I don't know if 7 weeks was the right decision.
Well, they might end up amending that with a ninja patch somewhere if a lot of people are complaining about it. But 7 weeks, honestly, it doesn't seem that bad.
It's not bad. You only have to do A8. And honestly, you're going to be doing it at least for the first 5 weeks to get gear, unless you're buying crafted gear anyway.
Now, you see, us people that are used to living on planet Earth, Mike, we're quite accustomed to some aspects of progression and gearing
taking longer than 2 weeks.
Yeah, and we're not always accustomed to smashing something for 16 hours a day for 2 or 3 weeks and then going off and having a holiday in the Bahamas.
Sly, that's so funny.
Are you having a birthday party?
His neighbor saw the hat and thought he was having a birthday party.
Oh, it was George.
Yeah.
Did you offer him some cake?
No, it was
you should have went to the door.
The lady that lives next to me.
Health insurance is so fucking steep. The least you can do is offer him some cake.
It's the lady that lives next to me. She's like, your trunk is open. All right, thank you. Are you having a birthday party? Like, yes, I am.
Who else is here? Just me.
Just
me and Pamela Henderson. Yeah, Midas, I feel, and the story also. We are obviously not going to talk about it yet. I have a fair amount of knowledge on it, and from what
it's better than the last one. It's still got nothing on Coil.
I just think there's no way it can match Coil until the finale. And the problem was the finale for Coil was spectacular. It was literally 2.5 minutes of a cutscene we had seen 2 years prior.
Are we saying that Coil was good all the way through?
Coil was fucking awful for the first one, okay?
I don't agree with that, but I'm not going to have that argument with you right now.
Okay.
Because I feel like we've done that before.
Yeah, we have. That's fine. I'm happy. I'm happy with Midas. I'm happy with its longevity. I'm happy with the fights. And I'm happy with what I've seen so far in Savage. Won't say anything, but it's pretty fucking cool. You'll like it.
Do you have a forecast? Do you have a prediction for when it's going to be down?
I'm keeping my forecast of 8 to 11 days. You know why? Because now we're not waiting 7 fucking weeks for lore weapons before it gets cleared.
8 to 11 days. All right. Okay.
8 to 11 days is staying. And that has nothing to do with the clear rate. I knew A5 was going to die today. Honestly, I don't think A6 has died yet. That surprises me. Yeah. I called that A5 and A6. Surprising. I called that A5 and A6 would die today. I think maybe without Sephirot weapons, it might. I don't know enough about it. I know a little bit about it. I don't know enough about it. But it's I'm still going with 8 to 11 days because we're not going to hit that 3-week mark. The 2-week mark is when people can buy body pieces and legs. No one's going to be saving lore. No one's going to save lore for 7 weeks. You're going to buy pieces other than weapons, which is another thing that this kind of opens up, the ability to buy pieces that aren't weapons. So
the weapon's not going to be gating it for anyone in the world progression tier.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So with that in mind, when the ease of getting the 220 crafted gear, the amount of resources that can go into it to improve character strength, I see 8 to 11 days. By tomorrow, most groups that are serious will have almost all crafted gear. And people have Sephirot weapons. That's the highest weapon they're going to have when they beat it, most likely. Mm-hmm. The question is, does A7, A6, or A7 drop high efficiency tomestones? If it doesn't, then you have your answer. It's not gonna take 7 weeks to beat this.
Now, did I say I said 7 days, right? Full week. I'm sticking with that.
Okay.
So you reckon it's going to be just to make this clear? Do you think it's going to be before or after
Monday?
Reset?
He means Monday.
Before. You mean before reset?
Before reset.
No way.
I wouldn't. The thing is, all the gear that matters most, they're gonna have by like tomorrow or Thursday. That's the thing. Don't get me wrong. An extra week of A5, A6, and A7 loot dropping, especially because it's only legs and twines from A7 Savage now. Only legs and twines, which means you're guaranteed when you beat A7 to get a leg piece and upgrade at least one body piece. You're guaranteed the 2 best slots to improve your stats from A7 Savage. So that's a big fucking deal. And then if there's high efficiency tomestones, then it's even faster. I definitely know that A7 will be dead this week. I would be fucking fascinated if it wasn't. But I definitely think A8 is going to take an extra round of that gear. Don't get me wrong, you won't have the body piece from the twine until next week, which is another reason why I think that's a thing. 2 body pieces, 2 legs by next week. I just think altogether it comes together and it screams to me 8 to 11 days.
Okay.
I'm trying to make an educated guess here without much education.
Ethis, what are you saying?
I think it'll be after reset. I'm not sure how soon after reset, but yeah, I'd give him the week to pick up the gear.
By the way, shout out to Elysium World First on A5 Savage.
Grats.
First and third, and then we had 2 other groups that I don't know their placement of.
Good work. Why not A6?
I couldn't tell you just yet. Not yet. I'll wait till they have something to say about it. Although Fold tweeted out a video before of a clip from It's Sunny in Philadelphia of Frank running around tracing a trash can and saying that was A6 Savage.
Oh, I know that.
And yes, EU did get world second. Angered got world second.
Nice.
Which, considering that their servers were fucked all day, is pretty impressive.
Yeah, wow. That's outstanding. Well done.
Yeah, big congratulations. It's a big thing. Like I said, the competition is not just it's open now. It's cool to see that Elysium got 5 first, but it's an open competition.
How are you feeling at the moment about all this, Mike? Are you feeling like relieved that you don't have to go through what these people go through?
We got to like 880 subs today, and I wanted to stream today to offer as much content as possible to people. And I feel like I accomplished that. And I feel like my team, the person who was taking my place, was more than adequate. Parses are, at least 40 points ahead on your average parse. And that's, not surprised I live in California now, where the lag is a little worse. But even still, given that, shows the results are higher. And they still have, if they need me, if they get stuck on mechanics, I've been watching, and they haven't gotten stuck yet, so I haven't stepped in. And until they do, then I'll be a my ninth member, and I'll stay on the side and do Sephirot for 20 hours.
So you're not feeling left out. You're not like having like a secret itch in the back of your head.
I
going,
want Elysium to win. I want Elysium to win.
And you consider that a victory.
And if me streaming or me being worried about work for an entire week takes away from that, I don't want that for them.
Sure.
I want them to fucking win. As soon as they said, because the original idea is they were going to let me stream World Prague. They actually came to me with that suggestion in the middle of last week's State of the Realm.
Wow.
And they said, how do you feel about streaming World Prague? And I was like, good fucking luck convincing people. And they said, we actually already kind of have. And
Damn.
And then some. And then they said
that down.
But no, because here's the thing. This Friday, I'm not going to be able to raid at all.
Okay.
That was the troubling part. So when they said, hey, we found this person, they're hungry for it, I was like, get him. They asked me what I thought and if I was okay, and I said, get him. Just take him. That is your best chance. And it's working. It's working well. That was the world third group.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're not salty about it.
I'm happy.
Because you've been replaced by a better ninja.
Dude, he's got higher parses. What can you say? By at least 40 points.
You say, fuck that guy.
No, that guy is Team K-pop. That guy is Team K-pop.
All right.
That's family right now.
I know that if I showed Slyh my past results and he found that they were 40 higher than his, he'd probably feel
They're
good.
only 40 higher than his?
Wait.
Yeah, actually,
Wait,
if they're only
talking
40 higher, then
to the-
I'd probably be feeling like I was doing something wrong.
Talking to the man who couldn't
Yeah.
beat a bear by himself.
Yeah, no, you're right. I couldn't beat a veer by myself in I-190.
He has beaten Savage, Sly.
Okay.
Yeah, 1v1 me, bro.
Stone Sky see me, bro.
Slyberg is in the
Sit on my
building.
face.
I'm down. I'm down.
Okay, winner gets to be George's new neighbor.
Why do you want to? Oh, okay, never mind. That's right. You like to hit his wife. That's right. Never mind.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. So a lot of the remaining a lot of the remaining content we have to talk about is all miscellaneous stuff like the orchestrion, which I saw Slyh has one in his house.
Yes.
Do you have fun with it? Have you started collecting? I got a Calcabrina card, by the way, today.
Ooh.
I missed out on a fucking Brina doll. On a Brina.
Oh yeah, I heard. There's a Calca.
Why
and a
would you
Brina.
want that?
Why not?
So
No
apparently,
way! That's like I had the same reaction as when I saw the new Alex mount. I'm just like, ew.
Like I want the Brina. I want the Brina minion.
okay. So here's the thing: Calca is sellable, and apparently Brina isn't, because there's a Calca and a Brina.
Mm-hmm.
And Brina you can only get by getting it from the dungeon. Calca can actually be sold on the market board like the other ones could.
Is there a reason for that?
Probably just to force people to do the anti-tower for main story. As if they weren't going to do it anyway, as it's in the roulettes, but that's what I imagine. You also get a pretty sick minion for finishing anti-tower. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Parago minion.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
One thing I wanted to mention. What do you think of small quality of life change? I don't even call it quality.
Please tell me the cooldown.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's so much better now. As someone who's colorblind, the circle is god tier for me. I don't even give a fuck about the numbers. Rotate the circle to designate that it's still on cooldown is what matters most to me.
Yeah,
Because certain abilities like Flaming Arrow that are like just universally one color, when it gets really close, since it's a 60-second cooldown, the last like 5 seconds, I can't tell if it's still on cooldown or not.
Yeah, I've seen that for a few skills. I don't like the circle. I like the number. The number feels good. The circle just I don't know. I'll get used to it, but
I like it.
I like it.
You know what else? But you know what people
I
haven't
don't like
been liking?
change.
You know what people haven't been liking?
What's that?
These tank changes though.
Oh yes,
I've been hearing my tank saying, "Oh my god!" For the first time since A Realm Reborn, I actually feel like I'm tanking.
Oh yeah, that's because bosses are hitting way fucking harder now.
Exactly, it's awesome. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I see so many, but I know a lot of warriors are salty because they are hitting for significantly less with their Fel Cleaves.
Exactly.
From what I've heard, their DPS isn't much less.
No, but the fell cleaves though.
Right. Well, they'll get over it.
I remember I gave him Trick Attack and he crit for over 7k, and with a Gordian Axe, and he was like,
Yeah.
7k.
Well, I hear that Xeno is going to be holding a support group where you can all sit around in a circle and talk about your feeling, and you guys will fucking get over it, all right?
You know what else I want to say? You know what else I want to say about Sephirot that I should have mentioned since we're talking about tanks? Paladin is god tier on that fight. Paladin is god. Like, Dark Knight is fucking awful by comparison. Don't get me wrong, Dark Knight can do it. We were progressing on it with a Dark Knight, but the Paladin, oh my god. He's got so many attacks that are so predictably like shelter. Like, he's got an attack where he doesn't auto attack for 5 seconds, and then he punches you in the face, and you can shelter on the shit out of that. Like, there's no like, oh, I gotta time it between auto attacks with his cleave. No, it's a fucking big predictable attack that you can fucking shelter on, and he's so many physical tank busters.
You know what Dark Knight needs? They need Keen Flurry.
It would be better than their fucking parry.
It's the best fucking cooldown in the game, Keen Flurry.
Yo, true story. Oh man, I don't know. Paladin's just so good on that fight. Like, and Hollowed Ground is really good for cheesing some shit. But here's the thing, Dark Knight's actually really good for the ad phase, because the small ads, all their auto attacks are magic damage.
Right.
So, they're really good on that phase, but other than that, it's like, they can do it, but I would much rather have a Paladin. But from what I understand, that's not the case in Savage. It's not just Paladin or go home.
Really? Because there's a lot of physical damage.
There is a lot of physical damage.
Alex.
But Dark Knight's pretty good in there.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you think that have you heard anything about Astro in Savage?
I played Astro for 8 hours. No, for 4 hours today.
In Savage.
Wait,
In Sephirot, but I can still give you my experiences.
Shit.
No, Paladin Dark Knight is still fucking a horrible idea. Warrior. Please, Warrior. So I drew so many AoE bounces today because of redraw. It was so good.
Right.
Enmity was almost never an issue. I had way more MP than I did before. And it was just better. It felt good. I felt happy playing it for the first time ever. Like, I guess not ever, but the happiest I've ever felt while playing it. And I didn't have any issue doing solo healing the first phase of Sephirot, and I'm not a healer by nature. I'm not experienced in that role.
Mm.
Yeah.
Would you take one into Savage?
Yes.
Excellent, because I'm taking one into Savage, and no one's going to argue him out of it.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, I think he will be. He's a good healer.
That's the thing, though. You'll be fine. Don't get me wrong. I still think White Mage Scholar is superior. Let me be clear about that. I still think White Mage Scholar is a superior combo.
They just have amazing synergy.
In Sephirot, for example, I would much rather have Cure 3 than Collective Unconscious. There's so much AoE damage that I want Cure 3. It's just the superior AoE healing tool in Sephirot. That being said, it's very doable as Astro. That's the problem. It's doable, but you still feel like White Mage is just better. That's unfortunate truth, but you should be fine in Savage with an Astro, and they should feel better about it while they're in there.
Yeah, he was feeling a lot better in normal because, we're always kind of predicting what mechanics are going to be coming for Savage, because we're going in there tonight. We're jumping in there for probably 4 or 5 hours tonight. And he was feeling really good. He was saying the arenas are, for the most part, like a lot smaller. We seem to be like a lot closer together. So he feels like the range that he's losing in his AoE heals is not such a big deal. And there's a lot of really good places and opportunities to be throwing cards around. And yeah.
It was fun. I enjoyed my Astro today. I enjoyed my Ninja too, but the Astro was a good learning experience for me. What else? So the tank change. Yeah, the tanks are not happy, so we covered that.
Yeah.
They're not happy at all. Crafters and gatherers are fucking ecstatic. I can tell you that much.
Oh yeah, fuck, they're more relevant than ever.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Oh yeah.
What? Why is that funny?
It's very fucking true.
It's true.
The crafted gear is still a good moneymaker. It's easy to be self-sufficient. The only problem now is gearing up material-wise. Just go to the diadem and don't be a bitch, okay? And you'll be fine.
In 3.1 and
Words right out of my
3.2,
mouth.
most of the people that were buying stuff from crafters and gatherers were other crafters and gatherers.
Yeah.
That was the only reason to be on the market, right? And now, for the first time ever, they have a whole bunch of, you know, really important and relevant gear for raid progression.
Something
It's
it's always been there. Like, it's like, oh, let me buy this
but it's
pentamel.
been infinitesimal, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been
We're literally talking about, you can skip Alexander normal for everything but the gear if you want it, from the Maiden gear in A8 if you wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's fantastic. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
It's very relevant, and it'll continue to be relevant until people start getting, even when they get lore gear. If you're pentamelded,
Yeah.
you can buy a 220 piece and just be happy with its itemization if that's all you had the money for.
Particularly when almost all of your options, i.e. Dragoon, is just drowning in skill speed.
But you
Jesus
love
fuck.
skill speed for your Skogels.
I don't love it. I don't love it.
Don't be a bitch.
Agreed.
Being a bitch is my I'll be a fucking bitch all I want, all right? A weapon with 104 skill speed on it is not okay. I'm not happy with that, and I'm not going to be able to replace it for quite a long time.
Do you see the TP we burned through?
Don't be a bitch. You got plenty of
Yeah, the
opportunity to get
TP
TP
we
back.
burn through the amount that we end up fucking cutting off.
That's what the extra 100 TP is
Russ
for.
and
That's what that extra 100 TP is for. Get over it.
the weird places that Life Surge falls into. Oh, geez. But it's fine because, you know, Monk were overdue for another damage buff. They got their monthly buff. They got
Monthly?
When I was making this joke like weeks ago. I'm like, oh, you know, Monk's overdue for a buff. It hasn't said anything about 3.2 yet, but, you know, they're overdue. They get their monthly handout. They're going to be getting a buff. And lo and behold, more free damage for Monk. Fucking monks.
And I'll still take a dragon.
Damn straight you will.
There you go. All right, well, we haven't covered everything. Because the feast, first of all, is in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. The feast doesn't start for another 2 weeks, and that's going to be a big thing. I don't know about you guys, but I'm already looking into doing hosting tournaments on different data centers and whatnot.
You guys have no idea how fucking painful it is to be running PvP at, you know, 150, 180 ping
That's
against...
good. Well, it's a good thing that Sprint costs no TP in PvP anymore.
I'm really excited about that. I think that's really good. And it's nice that I always have like an excuse for playing badly in PvP. But
My leg, bro.
It's infuriating. It is absolutely infuriating.
So what you're saying is you're going for that platinum tier, right? Ethys?
Yeah, I'm going for it. But I don't know. I just it's frustrating. It's really frustrating. I love PvP. I love the way that it's looking for the feast, but I just can't get too invested in it.
I'm looking forward to it. I want to.
I am.
The thing is, that's. I don't know if you know this at this, but they actually started talking about how they are going to add a 1v1 duel mode. They're going to add a scrim mode.
Oh yeah. I've seen that. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and they're going to add spectator mode. So I want to host tournaments on the servers with like on the data centers with guild prizes and whatnot.
I'll tell you what I will do.
Oh,
I
you're gonna
will
run the
host
guild?
an Australian only 1v1.
How about this? We may eventually do something where it's along the lines of like people watching the tournament can donate to a pot, and the winners can get a fucking like real pot.
So yeah, an entry fee, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that.
You might have some terms of service issues with that.
No, that's like fucking hosting a WoW tournament. People host fucking tournaments and games all the fucking time.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're technically gambling.
You're not gambling. They're just donating to a pot, and the winners get the pot. Not the dweed, not the blaze it.
Yeah, all right.
If they were betting on teams, yes, it would be terms of service. But no, it's literally like this is the base prize pool. You can donate towards increasing the prize pool.
Yeah, you should be all right with that.
Yeah.
Betting on it would be a lot of fun, though.
You can go do that on your own. I'm not getting involved with that.
All right, we'll talk.
All right, we'll talk. Just blaze it.
420.
And is there anything else in particular you guys want to cover?
No, I pretty much covered everything that I've done.
So do we do we reconvene next week when we've actually done the content?
I agree on that. Ethis, you willing to come back next week for?
Yeah, if we're allowed to talk story, I'll come back next week.
All right, we'll talk.
Yes. Woo! Okay, I broke him down.
I said all right, we'll talk.
Yes.
Not all right,
Yes.
we're doing lore. Calm down.
1 week.
No, you know what? We heard what we heard.
Well, you heard wrong.
We'll see you guys next
Go
week.
finish your fucking cake, Sly.
I need to cut another piece, but I'll get to that in a second.
Well, you know what you can get to in a second? This thing that you arranged here on Twitter.
Oh, yes. So, I've always said that one thing that Final Fantasy is lacking is server recruitment. The devs haven't really put an effort or a contest together to, kind of recruit for servers. So I kind of did my own thing. I decided, you know what? Fuck it. If you're not going to do it, I'll do it. So I had people come up with the funniest slogans that I could think of. They kept it clean, too. And
Bullshit, they kept it clean.
You'll see it.
No way.
Okay.
That was pretty clean.
It's pretty clean. Trust me. All right. So, Hap, do you want to take the first one?
Is there a Zalera one on here? I want that one. Yes, there is.
There's a lot of
Okay,
a lot of people came up with a lot of Zalera wins. I'm just gonna say that right now. Y'all were so fucking hard on Zalera. It wasn't even funny.
How many of those people were actually from Zalera?
I said you didn't even have to be on the server.
Both people that were on the server.
Oh God, here we go. Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, so the first one that we have is Balmung. Balmung, and here's their slogan: Balmung, create a character for only $18.
It's true. It's true.
It's very true. Because you good fucking luck. There's about 30 seconds you have to make a character on that server, and the RMT take it.
All right, the next one, Exodus. We Reddit famous for the wrong reasons.
Oh, good old Exodus. I thought you said Ethys for a second.
Oh, I'm Reddit famous for the wrong reasons as well.
Yeah, that's true. That is true, to be fair. All right, you want to take the third one then, Ethys?
Famfrits, where your dreams come to die.
Where your dreams become nightmares is more like it. Oh my goodness.
All right.
This next one's up my alley.
Lich. We exist.
Wait, I have to ask, is that one of the servers I said I didn't know it existed?
Yes.
That
it
the
was.
server? That was that
Yes.
Lich? I thought that was yeah, that's Lich that I said that with. Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. We exist. Oh man. That's a good one. I think Ethis should take the next one because I want the one after.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Gilgamesh. If you would like to sign up on Gilgamesh, please come back between the hours of 7 and 7:30 a.m. Sorry, 7:03. Between 7 and 7:03 a.m. every third Wednesday. Thank you.
You know that was a bag on you, Sly, because it was 0.3, 0.03.
Yeah.
Hey! Oh, that's...
Hey, there we go. Yeah, that's true, Skylar. All right, the next one is Zalera, and it's We're Trying. Him and the other guy who submitted.
Are they, though?
Are they?
Are they really?
I mean, a little bit.
I mean,
I like this one.
How many Godwalker mounts do they have again?
One.
We got a server slogan.
One, and it's not even theirs, is it?
No, it's
We
not.
have
even
a server
theirs.
slogan for that. We have a server slogan for that.
Oh man, I like this one. I like this one in the chat. Zalera, our electric bill is really cheap. I like that one.
Oh God. All right.
Oh, shit.
All right, I'll take the next one. Diablos. At least it's not Zalera.
Shiva. We're not so ice-hearted as you
get out.
might think. Okay, who suggested that one, Sly? If you can find out who suggested that one, I'm gonna line them up.
I'm gonna blame Miztech.
No.
Yeah, you're probably right. Fucking Miz.
Okay, we have another Zalera one here. On Zalera, you buy housing wards, not houses. So it sounds like we need Ash to transfer.
Yeah.
Sly.
All right, I'll take the next one. Midgard server. When glamour prisms cost more than food, you know you're on an in-game server.
The true end game. Oh, the true end game is fucking
Glamour
beautiful.
prisms cost more than food.
You know what? That actually doesn't surprise me. Like, look at most of the cost of things IRL. Honestly, it's just real. This is just a real representation of it. Glamour is always costing more than food. IRL.
That's
Obviously,
fucked.
it needs to be here too. Let's see.
Mateus.
You want
We
this one?
have a subprime mortgage crisis here.
But now Mateus,
Send help.
now let me be clear. I think Mateus is the only server that had no Gobwalkers by 3.2's release.
Really?
I think Coeurl got one.
Oh, well, outstanding. Well done.
And I think it was grown on home turf also. It wasn't a transfer.
That's beautiful. I'm
I think
really
it was
glad.
it was either that or it was the other way around. I'm pretty sure Mateus is the only one without it. Oh man. Okay, next we have Gilgamesh. I'll take this one. All your raiders are belong to us.
It's true.
Today was a shit show when I was doing Sephirot because so many people were like, "So we should go to Gilgamesh, right?" And I'm like, "No, you don't have to. It's not the only choice. So we should go to Gilgamesh, right? So we should go to Gilgamesh, right? So we could go to Gilgamesh, right?"
Yeah. Everybody says that.
Oh man. All right, who's next?
I'll take the next one. Diabolus. More emo than you remember.
You know, I'm seeing a pattern here. A lot of these servers are recurring. We've seen Diabolos, Zalera. I think we see how many times? Yeah.
You've seen a lot of Zalera.
We've seen a lot of Zalera, a lot of
A
Mateus,
lot of people cracking
a
jokes
lot
on
of
Zalera.
Diabolos.
What's with the Diabolos hate?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, Mateus. We have a Gobwalker.
Oh, Mateus does?
On a
I thought
transfer.
Mateus didn't have any.
Transfer.
How unfortunate.
Damn.
How fortunate to ruin my joke. Well, Exodus, on the other hand, at least we got Frosty.
It's all
Ethys-
yours.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ethys, when was the last time you saw Frosty?
When's the last time I saw Frosty? I don't know, like a couple weeks.
Yeah, you almost missed him.
Yeah, well,
Funny that you never missed this show. I'm amazed.
yeah, well, I really got nothing to say to that. I don't know why I missed that.
Thank you, Sly, for filling in.
No problem. High five.
All right. Who's next? This one's good.
Oh, Cactuar. You only have how many Gobwalkers? LOL.
That sounds like something that is it not Cactar? It's isn't it Bahamut that has like 5%?
No, it's Cactar.
Oh, it is. It's a Cactar that has 5% clear. rate?
JP server. Cactar.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Cactuar and Chocobo.
I thought.
Probably
Yeah,
Chocobo would be on
I
top.
thought Chocobo was 5%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chocobo's probably on top, if I had to guess.
We have the list somewhere. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to go back and look at the list.
All right. What's next? Oh man, I want the one after this, so you get this one, Sly.
Okay. Lamia. Not as creepy as you've been told.
Now I haven't been told anything about Lamia, so I need some elaboration. I
Anyone
need
on
to know how
Lamia
much-
server, use your words.
I need to know how many naughty things are going on in Lamia. By the way, Idleshire has plenty of new ERP locations now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, plenty
So
of
people
places.
have moved out of the Hermit's Hovel?
Yeah, now there's plenty of new locations, and that goes right with our next theme, because in Balmung, we put the E in RP.
And I'm not even on Balmung.
Oh, Balmung is like, if you want to be sexually molested online, you go to Balmung.
Jeez. I'm going to keep that in mind.
Okay.
Oh, Lamia is just a regular roleplay server. It's not just an ERP server, it's a regular roleplay server.
But
That's nothing wrong with that.
That is regular roleplay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that ERP is like the most common and regular form of roleplay.
Okay. Yeah. On Gilgamesh, it definitely is. Definitely. Next up?
Levy. Get good or gives us Gil for your clear.
That sounds like Gilgamesh, actually.
That does sound like Gilgamesh.
Like, I guarantee you, if you go on a Party Finder right now, there's already selling Sephirot. Like, it's gonna happen.
They're already selling fucking A9.
You know what? When the servers first came up, there was only one message in the Party Finder, and it was A8 Savage, no bonus. As soon as the servers came up. Oh my god. I think the food is here, babe.
I'm gonna take the last one, so y'all get the other two.
1 second. Okay. Oh yeah, my office. Yeah. She sent it to my office, and she's driving to my office right now to open the door.
Just beaming over.
Yeah.
Lamia is looking for more raiders. The bosses are killing all the crafters and gatherers.
That sounds like 1.0 all over again. That sounds like 1.0 all over again. Oh, man. And then Belias. Cricket sounds.
And it only makes sense that I do the last one, since it's actually kind of true. Behemoth. Heart equals server, or search for a behemoth of FF14. Midas equals 2,000k. Extra savage clears only in February.
So those are the RMT, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, that's basically.
Yeah, I figured as much. That sounds like Behemoth. That's for fucking certain.
Oh, fuck you.
All right. On that note, I knew the show was going to go on long.
It was.
So it was a good show to have, though. We are going to be signing off here in a few minutos. But I definitely want to thank you both for coming on. Sly, I want to thank you for a year. Congratulations on your first year. Oh, sandwich. Oh, sandwich. It's so warm. Okay. It smells so good. Stop fapping. No, you gotta do it like this. Wait. There you go.
Wow.
You got it down to a fucking skill.
Jeez.
Yeah, here, I can do it on the table, too.
Yeah?
There you go.
Can we expect to see a tutorial in the next week?
You're damn right.
Tutorial on fapping.
Alrighty then. So
Wow.
we want everyone to say goodbye on this one. So Ethys, fuck you. You get to say goodbye last. No, I'm taking that back. You're gonna get to say goodbye first. So we're actually gonna switch back over to Mel, who joined us for the first half of the show, and she's
who has ears on and been jamming the whole fucking time. Y'all want to see you see the faces I was making? I was laughing. It was because of fucking Mel. So
The worst.
Yeah,
Mel.
pretty much. So, babe, I just wanted to bring you on and get closing thoughts from you about this first year of State of the
Good.
Realm.
It's good. Look at my panda hand cream.
she was showing us all this shit in the middle
Made
of it.
from
We
real
always-
pandas.
Yeah.
What?
This one. It's hand cream. So cute.
So it's good, goodbye, and here's my hand cream.
Yeah.
It was kind of boring when you guys got
Do
into
you
the
want to tell them where they can find you?
Oh, you can find me at Rawrsnacks. Everything's
Twitter.
at Rawrsnacks.
Just Rawrsnacks, just everything at Rawrsnacks.
Everything's at Rawrsnacks, yo. Yeah, everything.
Everything.
I keep consistent branding, unlike you motherfuckers.
Hey, I'm trying to work on it.
Not that bad.
Fuck you.
Not that bad.
Fuck you.
You got me. I got nothing.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
I am.
All right, babe. Thank you for those kind words and that excellent goodbye. Very much appreciated. On that note, we're gonna let Ethis go next, as he's our other guest.
Fuck off, Mel.
Yeah. Oh, hey. I can skip you.
All right. Everyone, you know where you can find me. It's at Ethys, FFXIV on the Twitters. And on the YouTubes, it is just youtube.com/EthisAsher, but you should know that already. And thanks to everyone in the chat for 1 year. Thanks to all of you for supporting me, consistently asking me back. It's one of the best things that's happened to my channel, and I love it. And I hope we can keep it up, keep the ball rolling. So thank you.
Nobody cares.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Sly.
Nope, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Wow.
Good night, everyone.
And this was never heard from again. Anyway, Sly, my fellow co-host, and the only person who's actually been here a full year, other than Mel, who's been working on it for the full year.
We did it.
Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you and take a bite of cake?
All right. Before I do that, let me take the hat off because I gotta level with the fam for a minute. You can find me on twitch.tv/Slyakagreyfox. You can find me on Twitter at Slythefox. You can find me on Instagram at Slyakagreyfox07. You can find me at Plot14 Ward 5 in Behemoth, home to the Foxhole. And really, honest to God, first of all, thank you, Mike, and thank you, Mel, for allowing me to join this fucking journey. Because as I said, I didn't know. One, I didn't know my potential. Two, I'm, and sometimes I still am, but at first I was so nervous. I was so nervous. And thank you to the community for welcoming me into your iPods, your PCs, your TVs, whatever platform you're watching this on.
Chromecast!
Thank you guys so much for all the support. I know, like the show as we said earlier is growing. It's growing. But thank you for allowing me in your lives and for the support you've all gave me on Say the Realm and in my own stream. From the bottom of my heart, really, truly, honest to God, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I couldn't ask for a better community. Couldn't ask for a better co-host. I couldn't ask for a better producer. I love you. I love you.
Get this man partnered. Go watch his fucking stream.
I love you.
We don't love you, Slyh. It's all right.
Go watch his fucking stream.
Okay.
On that note, time for me to go into my portal. And I'll do my sign off as I take a bite of the sandwich because I don't have cake. So Oh, guys, hold on.
I didn't know I was supposed to do like a sign off thing. You were just like, where do we find you? I'm like, oh, Rawrsnacks. I didn't get a chance to address the masses.
You can do one too.
You can do one too.
I am about to do one. Guys, you can find me everywhere, Mr. Happy1227, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, all that good stuff. And for me, I also would like to thank you for a year. I was going to miss this show. I was going to be doing a World Prague up until last Wednesday or Thursday. But I'm here on the show and screaming loudly enough to echo into Mel's microphone, apparently. And it just means a lot. It was an incredible day for patch 3.2. It was an incredible State of the Realm. And I'm looking forward to another year of both my channel and State of the Realm and all our new adventures together. And I'm also going to devour this fucking sandwich like it's a 1-year anniversary.
Motherfucking fat ass. God damn.
Listen, Cake Boy. Sly, a.k.a. Cake Fox.
Hey, I was ready for the occasion. You know, I'm gonna put the hat back on because I'm not serious anymore now. You know, I said my spiel. Almost broke down, but I'm good. All right.
Yeah. Well, seriously though, thank you guys. I don't know why he's like zooming in on the one where I'm not there. Thank you for supporting the podcast. You know, we would not be here and we wouldn't be able to keep doing it without you guys. And despite the harshness on YouTube, we wouldn't be able to continue doing it without YouTube. All you guys like clicking those links, watching, listening on iTunes, that helps keep the support going. So we know that you guys want to
damage control.
keep listening. I'm not really doing damage control. In all honesty, like YouTube, all the clicks, it funds this podcast. So it does help. although I have seen no income from it. And I just want to thank all the people who've been willing to come on the podcast. Sometimes we're just surprised people want to come and hang out as often as they do, And Sly, thanks for sticking with us for a year. And I'm going to say a year, even though there are some haters out there who are like, no, it's technically like less than a year.
Oh my God, no.
And Ethys for continuing to do our podcast, even though the guys have gotten really scummy with you.
You're my boy. Even though I'm still challenging your ass, goddamn it, to the stupid shit open. Goddamn it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, but we wouldn't exist without all the support, regardless. And I know there are people who don't really care what I do, and that's fine. I'll just go back into obscurity running the show. But, nonetheless, thank you guys for always being here week after week.
We love you, Olivia.
Oh my God, no.
Oh my God, no.
Kevin, no.
No.
He wasn't ready.
Oh my God, no.
Fucking Kevin, all right. On that note, everyone, we're going to move over into post-show, so thank you for joining us on this episode of State of the Realm. We will see you next week. And until then, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
No one can hear you, Sly.
I don't care.